turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the ESL India Premiership Fall I do that again. Well, welcome to the ESL India Premiership final session of the fall season, brought to you by Omen by HP, Zawi by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. We have a lot of great games lined up for you all today, but let's just line up the beginning ones. We're going to have Clash Royale happening, we have Counter-Strike, we have Dota 2, and the first game of the day is going to be Clash Royale. It's going to be the best of 5 against the two powerhouses, Mrin and Mukul. So let's hear a little bit about them. So looking into Mrin, he is from Guwahati. He's a top player in the Indian Clash Royale scene. He was the winner of the 2016 Masters of the ESL India Premiership. He didn't really have a good run in the summer season, but he attended the summer season finale in Mumbai, but failed to make a big effect over there. In the fall session July phase, the player finished 6th despite winning 4 matches. In the August phase, the player finished 5th. Moving on the other side, we have Mukul Anchal. He's also a top CSGO player. CR player, also known as his alternate gaming nick 8-bit by his friends. He also has a very popular YouTube channel where he showcases his games. He was a top contender in the summer season June Starter Cup. He finished 2nd there and subsequently beat his opponents in the promotion matches to advance to the fall season, July Challenger Cup. In the fall season, the July Challenger League, the player dominated the league and finished 1st in the process. This automatically opened the gates of the August Master League. The player had a commendable performance in the August phase. He secured wins in 5 of his 7 games and managed to finish 2nd. The last time these two players met, Mukul managed to beat him convincingly with a 3-1 scorecard in his favor. Will Mrin be able to avenge his loss in today's game? Or will Mukul continue to be on his winning streak? We'll find out really shortly as we head into the game, and I'm going to give it up to my shoutcaster for Clash Royale. It's going to be Manoj Gola. Let's hear it from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership's daily stream. This is day one of the final session of this, which is the September session. And we're going to start things off with a nice Clash Royale match between Mukul and Mrin. This is Manoj Supergola casting for you. And I hope my co-caster joins me soon, which is Gautam Workaholic Work. But for now, we're just going to keep staring at the game because it took almost 30 seconds for Mukul to play his first card, which turned out to be a hog. Gets interrupted by the Evis, but does manage to get a couple of hits off onto the tower. The bandit dropped by Mrin is distracted, kills the ice golem, but then again gets killed herself because there's another Evis just zapping away at her. This is like the battle of the wizards, man. I see an ice fizz, I see an Evis now just waiting for the normal fire wizard to come out. And this is quite new. Like Mrin is using a Mega Knight. Wow, the new card. Looks like he's come up with some good strategies already. So, yeah, that P.E.K.K.A. will make short work of those little barbarians being birthed from the hut every few seconds. Oh, that's quite a short life from birth to death. Come out from a house, walk up to a giant metal thing, and get destroyed. Oh wow! Look at that leap coming out from the Mega Knight right there. That is some heavy defense happening. So, lucky for me, somebody just came to help me out with the casting.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hello, guys. The new unit is on the field right now. This is the first promo of this guy actually, and I'm excited to see him also, like how he operates. And you can already see easy to distract. Does that lunging jump?
Oh, he
Completely misses,
misses it again.
and he's actually gone back to base.
Dude, that guy, he started out on the right side of Mrin's base, right? He got distracted by the P.E.K.K.A, went to the left side, then crossed over, got distracted by something else, went to the right, then crossed back over, and then destroyed the the Hog Rider, and then finally went up to the tower and died. That guy made a whole circuit of the entire map, man.
Yeah, talking about this now, the good counter and good easy way of doing this is to make sure that you're able to distract him easily and able to deal with that. But as a new unit, you could kind of say he's OP. And we're hoping that over time there'll be more nerfs coming in for this unit and able to bring it down to a normal level, because right now he's just causing destruction across the field. And I'm
Okay, so let me take over right now. So 1451 HP left on Mukul's tower, which is quite close to the 1577 on Mrin's own. I guess the battle right now, because it's in overtime, we're going to see a lot of a lot of units being dropped just in the left lane. And this is going to be a huge fight. And I love it when the Mega Knight lands, man. He just pushes everything aside. Oh, but he is going to get whacked by the P.E.K.K.A. There we go. So he just has a little bit of HP remaining. We see another giant robot coming down on the left. Makes short work of both the bandit and the Mega Knight. And the Evis successfully manages to prevent any major damage coming out of Mrin's Inferno Dragon.
And how do you think Mrin is playing with this new unit right now, and how Mukul is able to handle that? I see that he's dropping a lot of P.E.K.K.A. Now the thing is, with the current range of the Giant Knight, you are actually able to distract him.
Yes. So you can actually distract him for such a long time, but the thing is, eventually he's going to jump up and squish your units, man. There is no two ways around it, because it's like a guaranteed. Wherever you drop the Evis, he's going to do that initial zap damage, right?
Yeah.
It's just like the Mega Knight. You know that the Mega Knight, before he dies, he's going to land a couple of his lunges.
Unless you place the unit right next to him, actually. Then he doesn't go through his lunging animation.
Yeah, then he doesn't.
But it seems very OP right now, and I can see Mukul struggling with this, but somehow he's able to hold this back over and over again, and actually, put up a counter attack also.
But now we see barbarians going down on the right path for Mrin. Maybe they'll be able to take the tower down. That poison is going to finish off the P.E.K.K.A.
P.E.K.K.A. not even able to get a hit down. A bandit coming in, distracted nicely. A good placement for the P.E.K.K.A. able to get few hits down, but he's being slowed down a lot right now. And here comes the cavalry, and boom, get out the way. And thanks to the P.E.K.K.A being a fairly large unit, he doesn't get pushed back so much. A value fireball coming in there, hitting a lot of units. So
Oh, dude, I'm calling this right now. This is going to be a draw. What do you think?
look at the time right now. It's been a crazy back and forth battle, and this, it's just you're not able to get a lot of damage done on the towers, and it's only 35 seconds.
Mega
left
Knight on the
clock.
right. Okay, Eve is to distract it.
And okay, you can't zap him in the air. Does do land, but the bats are going ham on this, and a nice value fireball coming again. This game is a draw for sure. There's nothing that can happen to kind of close this game unless some miracle happens.
I don't think that we're gonna see a miracle, but the game going to a draw itself is a miracle.
Yeah, and right now, finally got a hit on that Inferno Dragon there.
Mm-hmm.
And
That hog's not gonna do anything. This P.E.K.K.A is
will he
not
make
gonna
him
do
jump?
anything.
No, he doesn't jump. And this
Oh, he does.
finally gets a jump off.
Okay, so the first match is a draw. That's something that doesn't often happen like in the Premiership, right? Most probably doesn't happen in most big tournaments all over the world either.
We, however, did see a draw coming in our LAN event actually, so which was quite interesting because the game.
And that draw was amazing, man. Like Ruben, if I'm not wrong, he managed to do, he was on the back foot the entire game. He lost a tower, but then managed to clinch a tower because if I remember, his opponent was Hasib.
Yes.
He did some silly mistake like placing the unit in the wrong lane or something.
Yes.
Ruben was able to get another tower, but then he was still on the back foot. But those 3 minutes of beautiful defense, perfect placements of poison, perfect fireballs, there was just nothing Hasib could do to push through.
Yeah, in this game, we're looking at 8-bit Mukul actually trying to, he did hold that thing back. He couldn't really mount a counter attack. The few hits that he did get on the tower was thanks to the Hog Rider, but just couldn't do anything. All he could do was defend, and defend he did.
Yes, he did. Like his P.E.K.K.A killed so many units. Like I think the reason he was able to defend so well is because his P.E.K.K.A is really good at killing the Mega Knight. That Evis that just like completely stopped the Mega Knight in its track every time he tried to reach the tower.
Yes, a nice barrel being thrown there. Was able to get quite a few hits in there, able to bring it down. Now there's a good counter attack coming in. Bats will be able to close that, and the princess dies. Sadly, princess lost her life, but it's okay. Tower still survives. More damage, but Mrin is actually behind in the elixir count right now. So Mukul taking advantage of that elixir lead and putting down an elixir.
Oh wow, Mrin has nothing to stop that elixir collector.
Yes, right now he only has a barrel. So a goblin barrel could come out, which he's going to probably push out right about now. But going in an offensive manner.
Ooh, that Mega Knight right there just stopped that push dead in its tracks.
Yes, Mega Knight bringing his weight down and showing who's the boss. This princess could be in a lot of trouble there. Will get a few hits. And actually Bandit doesn't aggro on her, and the Mega Knight is now aggroed onto the tower, and he's look at the damage he's doing on the tower.
Wow.
This spells a lot of trouble from Mrin. He's taken a lot of damage there. He needs to be really careful moving forward.
I think we learned a very valuable lesson from that little Mega Knight right there. Do not let him reach your tower, people.
Yes.
Do not let him reach your tower.
He's going to go mega ham on your tower the moment he gets there. Princess trying to get a few shots off on the other side.
Does manage to get like 4 shots off, I guess. Boom.
Mega Knight.
Mega Knight.
My God,
that guy is too OP, man. I foresee a nerf in the near future.
Yeah, it's just, this is almost being like look, Mega Knight.
Mega Knight versus Mega Knight.
Yes. Now, thanks to the fact that the tower is also bringing a lot of DPS in, Mrin's Mega Knight will survive, but however, there's a P.E.K.K.A right behind him. And Evis comes out almost immediately, distracting, completely nerfing the Inferno Dragon. He won't be able to do much. He's just going to stand there and keep getting zapped over and over again.
True.
P.E.K.K.A distracted left, right, and center. Nice lightning strike coming down. Completely nullifying those bats. Princess is still going ham. There's 2 of them now.
Yes. So let's see. One Mega Knight is going to squash both of them, or is he going to leave that to the P.E.K.K.A?
Ooh, look at that Mega Knight. This Mega Knight Mega Knight action happening on the left hand side. And however, one of the Mega Knights really... Was he already low on health?
No, it was
I know
just.
the tower was also attacking it, but it seemed like he was only one side. This Mega Knight is gonna go to down on this tower and takes it away.
Boom! We didn't even notice that we were in overtime. 10 seconds in, Mega Knight jumps onto the tower, says two words that I don't want to say.
Yes, we can't say either of them,
Uh-huh.
but boom.
Boom.
Yes, he goes boom boom on the tower. And
We just want to take a moment of your time before the next game begins.
Yes.
And mention our best friends in the entire world. We have Omen by HP, Zoe by BenQ, and HyperX.
I actually had quite an interesting question on Zoe today, by the way. Someone asked me if it was Zoe or it was a Zoe.
So that someone was sort of confused by someone else that I don't want to mention because that person is a jerk.
Okay,
And apparently you're supposed to say Zavi.
is it?
No.
No, but I would definitely make a phone call today and just get that out of the way.
Okay.
Because I call it Zoe,
Mhm.
you call it Zoe,
Mhm.
someone else calls it
Zavi. What
Yeah,
is Zavi?
No, but this is really important.
Mhm.
So the whole thing is organized by Not Been Gaming. That's us,
Mhm.
and we absolutely are in love with all these guys. HyperX, Zoe, Omen by HP.
There's very little we wouldn't do if they asked.
Yes, let's put it that way. Um,
Okay, so looks
me
like
personally, I use a lot of HyperX products, by the way.
Mhm.
And me, my family, even in office, we use a lot of Zoe products. Big fan again.
Yeah, my PC is powered by Asus.
Yes, and Omen's PCs are just amazing. Easy on the pocket, and you can check out their laptops on their website. Just go Google Omen.
Yeah, in fact, if you guys noticed,
Yes,
so we guys do.
actually, talking about that, Mamba, the Clash Royale,
The-
Counter Strike analyst we have, has recently just procured a Omen laptop. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna play PUBG or something tonight
Yes.
on the new laptop. This push fairly well countered. Gets rid of the bats, but the one bat is going to have now taken care of. And you can see by putting the units right next to the tower, he's able to push away on the melee units, and then they have to re-aggro to the new unit. So it's a good strategy. This is basic 101 strategy I'm talking about. This is but for the newer players here. You place the unit right next to your tower, push away the melee unit, and so you can make them re-aggro to you.
Especially when you have big defensive units like the P.E.K.K.A, that's the best thing to do.
Yes.
So I like the fact that these guys are using the new cards, the Mega Knight and stuff. But come on, guys, the same deck
God, I
again.
didn't know Evis could shoot in two completely opposite directions. That was crazy.
He's Darth Sidious, man, unlimited power.
Yeah. He was shooting on the left side of the ramp and on the right hand side of the ramp at the same time.
Ooh,
That princess saved.
the other princess.
Yes. Two princesses together could
They-
get zapped.
They don't need to.
Mega
wow.
Knight comes in. This is a
Boom.
bit of an
Oh,
overkill.
look at that. Like tiny little princess brains got bashed in
Yeah.
by two huge gauntlets.
This guy might get a jump on the tower here
He-
if he survives.
I hope he does.
He could get killed in the air.
Oh. He couldn't fart like
Yes.
quick enough.
Yes.
And that's
He
a very,
was-
very, very horrible joke. I apologize. Okay.
You should feel sorry for yourself.
Yes, I do. So 30 seconds left. Fresh elixir collector down on the board for Mukul. P.E.K.K.A as well as a Mega Knight coming in. This spells real trouble
This
for
is
Mrin.
pretty hardcore right now. This is huge units on the floor right now, and Mega Knight right now attacking the tower and just doing 200 damage.
And that P.E.K.K.A just made short work of the Mega Knight that was frozen by the Ice Spirit, and that tower's going down, man. 10 seconds left, 354 HP. There's nothing that will save the tower. And yeah, I think we are going to give this one to Mukul.
How much elixir is a Mega Knight?
I have no idea. I haven't played. I just came back from a pretty long vacation.
Mega Knight, man.
Mega Knight.
He's OP, dude. Is he the new Dark Witch, basically, the Night Witch?
I think so. Like, yeah, obviously, like Night Witch came out, it completely wrecked Golem decks, which was like the most powerful meta at the time.
Yeah.
It also completely wrecked giant-based beat-down decks.
Yeah.
And now it got nerfed.
Yes.
Mega Knight's doing the same thing. I mean, Mega Knight is getting killed by the P.E.K.K.A, but he's just too powerful. He's pushing units when he drops down,
Yeah.
and he's squishing units when he jumps.
Yep.
He deserves a nerf. I really like the card, but he deserves a nerf.
Yes. Now this brings us
The
to
next
game
game.
3, the best of 5. Mukul right now looking very strong. 2-0 is already one more game. He closes the series. Mrin actually has to now win three games in a row
Yes, he does.
to catch up, and let's see if he's able to do it.
This is also the first game of the session, so
Yes, the September session, which is
neither player is under any real pressure, but they have to win each and every game if they want to get paid.
exactly, it all comes down to having 7 victories. But it just seems to be the case. One guy always has 7 wins in most of the session. Now the September session is started a bit early into August, but this is technically the September session. And
Okay, so Mrin has gone back to the the Barbarian Hutball deck, on which he like performed well.
that looked painful.
Every time the bandit sort of dashes onto someone, I feel the thud in my heart.
Yes. Finally, he has an answer to the elixir, which was the pain of his last 2 matches. He was not able to take care of the elixir, and Mukul was just free collecting elixir there, and not able to mount a counter push. Mrin was just suffering throughout, and now finally he has poison to at least counteract that problem of his. Let's see. I thought they were invincible during.
They are, but the thing is, Mukul's bandit started her dash later,
Yeah.
and she got hit by the dash while she was dashing. So she managed to avoid the damage, but Mrin's own bandit after the dash got hit by the Tara attack.
Mega Knights.
Mega Knight versus Mega Knight.
Yes, one Mega
Look
Knight
at that damage! Oh
tapping
my
the other
God.
one in the behind, basically.
It's like 250 damage per hit, man. That is insane.
And the overall DPS is fairly good also. The attacking animation is pretty good on this, and I think this is a big attack coming
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of Mrin, and he has no answer to this.
Look at that.
2 units aggroed onto the tower. This is GG for that tower, man. 1 minute left. Mrin still has time to make something happen, but quickly lost that tower, and this spells doom.
Yeah, it just feels like Mukul is just outcycling Mrin, even though Mukul has both the P.E.K.K.A. and the Elixir character and the Mega Knight. It just feels like he's outcycling him every single time. Like, and when the Mega Knight just jumped onto the tower, it just lost a fourth of its HP. That's
Look at that jump. The jump attack that he does about 500 damage. The normal attack he does about half of that. That's 250. And now Mrin deciding to push on the other side. This could spell a lot of trouble for Mrin because there's a push on the right hand also. Sorry, left hand also.
and yeah, that baby lizard baby dragon, or the Inferno dragon as we should rightfully call it, is completely nerfed because
Yes.
there's an Evis.
Evis just goes to ham on this, and look
Again.
at the same case again. But finally, a counter Eve is coming out to take care of that situation. Minion hole, so minions in the air.
Oh, and the wizard, the Evis doesn't manage to do it. Wow.
Good game being called out, and this is 3-0 in favor of Mr. 8-bit Mukul. I don't know why Russian doesn't write his name properly.
Yeah,
Does he not have a last name?
The way
Is he like McLovin?
So his actual ESL name is 8-bit I Mukul.
I know.
I don't know why he does that.
No, that is fine. That is still fine. So it should be Mukul, 8-bit Mukul, and the last name. I don't know what happened to his last name. Yes. However, this game being stolen by Mukul in this case, 3-0 in favor of him. Remember, Mukul came through the Challenger League last time. He played the whole last.
Yeah, he fought his way up the starter.
And he played really well last season also, last session.
Yes, he did.
And this is now a great start for him for the September session. And this will be the last session, by the way, before we come to the LAN event.
In Hyderabad.
Yes, so you definitely don't want to be the bottom 2 in this because you'll have to fight it out. The top 8 at the end of the promotion and relegation at the end of September session are going to the LAN event. Guys, remember that. And that's where the big boys come out to play.
That's where so many upsets happen, like Acrid just going to the finals on a breeze.
Yes, Acrid bringing some next level game actually in the last LAN.
Like he's played decks that we haven't seen in the Premiership at all, and it was so much fun.
And it's 2 days of pure Clash Royale action, by the way, for these guys. And they get to meet each other, discuss strategy. Mukul, after that great game, is sweating a lot. So let's give him a break. This is it from our side. This is the ESL India Premiership, title sponsor Omen by HP. Then we have other sponsors, Zawi and HyperX. whole thing is organized by Nordwind Gaming. This is me, Gautam Workaholic Work, alongside Manoj Super Gola, signing out. And thank you so much for tuning in. We have some great Counter-Strike match coming up right now, which is Brutality versus EXE, Excellence of Execution. So that's a great match, and I'm looking forward to watching that match. Also, if you guys are waiting for that, that's going to start in about a minute or two. Good luck to those guys. Good luck to Mrin and Mukul also. You have a lot of games to go through. So good luck. That's us signing out. Thank you very much.
Take it away, Angie.
Good evening, buddy, and welcome back. I'm Angela from the Nordwind Gaming Studios in Delhi, and we just watched a very interesting Clash Royale matchup. It was between Mrin and Mukul, and we saw like the first game went pretty well. I mean, they did have a draw, but after that, Mukul seemed to be taking it all the way. He did take it to game 3, and it was 0-3 for Mrin, and he was kind of in a bad situation. But at the end of it all, Mukul does open his score, but it's going to be 3 points for him. Moving on, we have the amazing Counter-Strike Global Offensive game that's going to come up next. We have Team Brutality going against Excellence of Execution, and they are going to be from Hyderabad, while Brutality is from Bombay. Let's hear a little bit more about them. Brutality is a Mumbai-based team, one of the most popular and recognized teams in the country. Its fan base is unrivaled by any other CSGO team. The team has been playing since the 1.6 days. The team is notorious for turning games around in the late phase. With players like Ankit Venom, Pant Pranay Bhatia and Kunal Peksar Bhatia on the roster, the team is a force to reckon with. They attended the summer season finale of the ESL India Premiership 2017 in Mumbai and were one of the 4 top teams there. In the July phase of the fall season, the team finished their campaign in the 5th place, while in the August phase, they managed to secure a 4th place in the finish. The last time these two teams met, Brutality managed to emerge victorious with a resounding scoreline. Will Brutality be able to repeat their August phase, or let's see what Excellence of Execution have in store? They are a team based in Hyderabad. The team qualified for the August CSGO Master League after they finished first in the July Challenger League. The team is led by Mohammad Smoka Ahmed. Mohammad Pasha Sahil Pasha is the star player of their roster. The team entered the ESL India Premiership through the summer season, June phase Starter Cup. A commendable performance there helped them get promoted to the ensuing season of Challenger League. In the July phase, the team was placed first in the Challenger League. This allowed them access to the August Master League. In the August phase Master League, the team finished 6th. Will they be able to beat the also famous powerhouse Team Brutality, who has always performed well and is always renowned for their fan base in the country? Or will Brutality take that stand and get them on the final session of the fall season, first on the scoreboard? We wish both the teams best of luck. Shout out to everybody who's watching us live on the ESL India Facebook page. We love you guys, and you can really tweet to us, and we will definitely try and see them over the screen while we work through it. I'm going to give it off to our casters who are sitting in Bangalore right now at the So Strong studio. I will see you all very soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to day one, the first match of the final phase of the ESL India Premiership. Shik isn't even a word. Is shik even a word? I don't know if shik's a word. The first matchup of the final phase of the ESL India Premiership season. It has been a long season. 6 phases. This is the final phase to decide which teams are going to be playing in the ESL Masters LAN. It's going to be taking place in about a couple of months' time, month and a half's time. It's going to be a pretty interesting season. A lot of roster changes, lots of action, teams stepping up, teams dropping off form, etc., etc. A lot of things to watch out for. I'm going to be taking you through the action for today. It's going to be Brutality. They're going to be facing off against Execution. Many people new to the scene might not remember many of these players on Execution. Players like Nato, Jumper, Smoke Up. Pretty old school players in the scene. And Pexer is playing a very aggressive angle. He's going to be seeing action real quickly. And it's going to be a triple peek. Gets completely dumpster. But Juventa with a quick reply. Quick 2 taps to the face. And he's still going to hold the line. He's got backup as well. He's looking for more. Dancing away. It's going to be Pasha Sahil, and Rix is going to join the party. Picks up another kill, and that's going to leave Jumper left alone, fighting off against a very rough round here. And he does get a kill on Juventa, trying to stay alive, trapped in the corner. Doesn't really need to take this fight. He's got backup arriving as well. Jumper has a lot of work to do. 1v3. Bomb dropped out in the open as well. He's going to try and make something work here. He's going to go out for the wide peak. No player there, but it's going to be Rix who's going to get the kill from NBK. And it's going to be a very, very convincing round for Brutality. And for Juventa, what a way to start things off. Triple kill, the pistol round, 3 sweet taps to the head. And it's going to be Brutality off to a flying start. Getting the pistol round, keeping 3 players alive as well. Might be seeing a rifle coming up for Juventa here. Might even go for the M4 buy. There we go, M4 armor. Rix with the FAMAS as well. For the rest of the team, it's going to be UMPs, a lot of utility as well to work with. And for Execution, Team Execution, it is going to be pistols and armor. Pasha Sahil just going with the Desert Eagle because he doesn't. He wants to save a little bit of money for the op buy, which he'll be looking to go for. Really young player. We have some hopes for him down the line. I get super happy when I see younger players, more comparatively unknown players starting to play in the in these leagues, where they can really leave a mark and they show promise. It just, makes that optimistic player a little happy. It takes a lot to make me an optimist when it comes to Indian CS, but it's cool to see the younger players stepping up to the plate, showing what they can do. As Execution, taking it very slow. They do have a couple of smokes under Jumpero and Mane. I hope that's how we pronounce his name. No one's corrected me yet, so I'm assuming it's correct. This is a very ballsy play. They're going to go for the flashbang, and the peak is going to come in. This is perfect, but Pexer, he finds 2, but quick trades coming in. Jumper getting the first kill, and the CZ can do a lot of damage. Rix will fall as well. Many strikes. And now Venom, the nade in the face. Oh, Venom! I'm quite sure it's just coming from his basketball days. Looking at his height, I'd be surprised if he never played basketball when he was in college or school. Smoke up. He knows there's a player coming out from mains. Flash is going to be a little too deep. Wills is going to walk him straight across here, but he still somehow manages to get the kill. Now it's all on Nato, and Venom will ensure that Nato will not get up to any shenanigans. Brutality will win the round. They do lose 3 umps. I think Venom will manage to salvage the FAMAS. There we go, right at his feet. He will pick up the FAMAS and the M4. So 3 umps lost. A little expensive round for Brutality. And for Execution, they get the bomb down. They get 3 kills. They should be kind of happy with it, but it was a forced buy, so they will have to go for an eco now. There's pistols on every one of them. Pasha Sahil. Desert Eagle in hand. I've seen him hit some very nutty shots. Venom should be careful. He's got an M4 to work with. Pasha clearing it out, trying to go for the shot, but Venom will find the frag. That's the B-Lurk taken out early on. Pasha hoping to get lucky. In the meantime, Jumper has taken a lot of damage as well. Rix as well, done 28 points of L. He's going to be playing a little bit more safe, playing towards the back of the toll booth, towards near highway. And now Execution. haven't invested much. They have a Glock, P250, CZ, a Deagle in the hands of Jump Pros on 8 HP. They're going to be relying a lot on these pistols hitting their mark, but Venom is holding a very tight angle. Spots at one. Won't look to take the fight, playing it safe, but he knows he's getting pressurized. Should be caught out with a smoke in hand. He's getting hunted down. Venom. That was kind of cautiously timed. And NATO with a fadeaway shot with a P250. This is starting to look very, very expensive. And bear in mind, a couple of players are very low indeed. One player is very low indeed. That's going to be Rix. He's going to coming in from CD spawn. Smoke up. He's going to get too far. Yes, he is. Rix is going to get the kill. There's still two guys in the site, though. And he's playing it safe because he knows it's very low. Two guys in the site. Vex is going to push in, spots out a barrel, and he's going to line them up. Rix getting the kill. Jump Pro finding another kill, but the Desert Eagle, who will not find more. A very expensive round of Brutality. They lose too many guns. They really shouldn't have, losing a lot of players in the process as well. And that means Execution should be happy. They get the bomb down again the second time, and that means money in the bank as they go for the buy here. Pasha Sahel with the AWP. He hadn't purchased much on those force buys, those eco rounds. I'm looking to see what he's going to do with his AWP. The Molotov is going to push out. He does take the shot. He spots out a player though, but not taking the shot. He does take a little bit of damage, not too bad. Was playing up close mid. He's got back from the form of Rix. He's going to re-smoke off mid once more, and was just playing right underneath of boost. They try and catch anyone who might be feeling adventurous for Execution. Rix is coming in as well. He might actually be looking for the counter boost. So Rix will find Pasha Sal. That's the AWP taken out of the hands of EXE. Although they could probably pick it up. But Pasha is the designated opera for this team, and they might just opt to stick with the AK-47s here, unless Mane or Nato, one of these guys, might want to pick it up. Brutality still having control of mid. Rix and Was holding the line. Meanwhile, just one player over to the B bombs at Venom. Luckily for him, he's not going to get pressurized. There's no one floating over towards B as Execution with 53 seconds remaining on the clock will be heading over to towards the A bomb side, where two players waiting. And not just that, rotation is going to be very close by. Rix is there as well towards Highway. This is not going to be an easy take. Pexer tossing in a flashbang. Nice counter flash. Yet a second counter flash. It's going to blind a lot of people. 3 kill for Pexer. He finds 2. Taking a sweet time to land with shots. And great counter flashes coming out from Brutality. As Pexer looks looking to take the fight. Finally gets shut down by NATO. But he's done the damage. And one guy stays alive here. In the side is going to be Smoker. 1v4. He can do nothing. Juventa will pick up the second kill for himself. And that is going to be almost a flawless round for Brutality. Great work from Pexer. Those counter flashes pretty much ensured that Execution couldn't execute into the bomb site at all. They had the smokes, they had the people to go with it, but Pexer pretty much single-handedly ensuring that nothing went the way of Execution. 4-0 to Brutality. They still have about a number of rounds to go here in the first half. Still early days. Pistols and armor. I'm a little surprised that Smoker has gone for this force buy. Probably some miscoms, because this buy doesn't make any sense. Smoke up will have a chunk taken out of him, and he's still duking it up with Juventa. It's very risky from him. He's going to march out towards top mid. He's not going to clear out any corners as Rix and Juventa want to team up together and destroy whatever they're planning to do over in mid. Was is going to get a kill in the Smoker as well, and just one by one starting to fall. Execution. It is an equal round for the majority of the players, but Smoker going for the force buy might hurt them a little bit. When they go for the buy the next round, money is going to be a little rough. Although it'll be max loss bonus, so that's there. And Juventa is there to find Jumper, playing it very safe all the way at the back of CD Truck. A flawless round of Brutality. They take a little bit of damage, but it does manage to work out very well indeed. Brutality 5-0, as we do have a timeout getting called by Execution. All right. Pretty long pause here. The teams have 3 pauses of 5 minutes each. All right. This is going to be, okay, pretty long pause. Execution, going for the buy. There's still 3.5 minutes remaining in this pause. I don't think they can unpause it. That would be, yeah, this is looking a little, all right, it's going to take a while. These guys are stuck with me. All right, so we have to wait for the unpause to come in. It's going to take like at least 3 more minutes, so that's okay. Let's talk about these two teams. Brutality, they lost to TMG yesterday, which was very surprising. I think it was the Mountain Dew qualifiers. TMG with a pretty new lineup. They've been looking, they look very shaky, but then they've had a little bit of a roster change, and they've been starting to grow as well, starting to try and get back to the formal level with a bunch of new players. They still have Marshall at the helm of things. They got Moon still playing for the team. And I think they look much more hungry right now than they used to look earlier. So that's their TMG. We have Execution, Brutality, Semper, Shooting Monkeys. We got Entity. We got Eternal Esports. A number of teams. Quite a number of teams. It's just that I kind of wish, you know, some team stepped up. You know, some team stepped up to the plate. Some team just went off, and when just, you know, they go ham and start to challenge other teams in the region. Like Brutality, very recently they defeated NSPR Gaming from Thailand a couple of days back, which was on Inferno 16-13. Pretty close game. NSPR, one of the better teams in Thailand. They've defeated Signature and 764-2 and all these guys. But at the same time, it's kind of one-off. Brutality are also very famous. I think they're one of the most watched. I had my old YouTube channel where when I used to cast about 3.5 years back, it was the ESCA Season 18 Open, and there was a very famous game of Brutality, defeated Skyred on Dust 2 after a crazy comeback. And everyone was like, wow, that's cool. You know? I mean, the Indian teams can do something, but that was it. That was just a one-off win. And even now, Brutality defeating NSPR is pretty cool, but it's still best of one. It's still online, and it's not consistent, right? I would love to see a team consistently beating or at least taking the challenge of some of the SCA teams. Let's not think too far ahead. Let's not go all the way to, let's say, Tyloo or Vici or Vici Gaming or even Flash Gaming. But I'm talking about teams like... they could at least try contesting against teams like Rekka, maybe Dreamscape. Again, Dreamscape's a tier 1 team in Asia, but like if they can hold their own against the likes of Beneski or Rekka or JYP Gaming, you know, the ex-MVP Carnal squad, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be like, yeah, all right, we stand a chance. But that's the thing. Apart from these one-off victories, once in a while, very rarely, primarily online, it's really hard to feel that optimistic about things. Hopefully, things should change. Scene is still growing. 8 seconds remaining in the timeout. Pretty long timeout, but they should be resuming with the game here. You don't have to listen to me rambling about stuff anymore. Here we go. The game shall resume. M4's couple of AKs for Brutality. 5-0. Money is starting to look pretty decent as well. AK and Venom, an average of about $5,000 on Rix, Pexa, and Was. And Juventa, his own guy who's got kind of low in cash, but I don't think he's going to be too worried about it. He can easily get dropped by Venom if they do lose this round. So here we go. Let's see what Brutality have in store. Pasha Sahil trying to shoulder peek out. Incendiary is going to push him back as Mane opening things up. He's going to get the first kill. Going for the wall bang. I don't think he's going to be expecting Juventa to come aggressing out, or is he? He's holding the line. Mane. A lot of work to do, a lot of angles to check. And the flashback from his teammate blinding Juventa. Mane is going to do the smart thing. He's going to slowly fall back. They're going to go for the cross smoke over at mid. The crisscross smoke. And they're going to come rampaging out towards vents, clearing out checkers. as the rest of the teammates make their way from B mains. Venom is all by his lonesome. He needs backup real quickly. Rix is arriving, but I don't think he's going to be there in time. And Cinder is going to be tossed in. And Rix running into the flames. Great usage of the utility though. It's Rix not really aggressing further than headshot. And he's going to walk in straight to Pasha Sahil. And that's going to be the round pretty much on and does of execution. A well-played round. Mena getting the opening pick. And then just going for the B split from vents as well as from B mains. And completely decimating whatever hold Brutality had towards the B bomb side, which is basically just Venom. And Venom, honestly. He was in a very rough spot indeed. 4 players just barreling in. Incendiary's Molotov just pouring into his direction, and Juventus trying to get some exits. He's been spotted out. Great shot into Mane. Whatever damage he can inflict right now is going to be good. He's going to find another one, Donato. Looking for more, going for the wall bang. Won't find any more players though, as Execution realizing there's no point going for a hunt. Their money's still not that great. And that is going to be round 1 for Execution. Question is, how many rounds more can it string together? It's going to take a while. This is a map Brutality are a little strange with on this map. I still don't understand them on this map because sometimes they're really good. Like they completely wrecked Entity Esports. The last time I saw them play on Cash, which was pretty recently, by the way. It was, I think it was shown on TV, the final game of the final or the penultimate game of the previous phase, and they're pretty solid. At the same time, they have certain, I don't know, they like struggle at times as well. And they just, what are they doing? Just walking out to the slaughter. The Spikester picks up 3, and Juventus to pick up the remaining pieces. That was just a crazy round there from Execution, just running out towards through the smoke, and Pexa having no trouble. I don't think he even realized he got 3 kills. He just saw 2 players, if I'm not very much mistaken. They pick up an AWP as well in the hands of Was. An Execution, they've gone for the forced buy. If they lose his money, he's going to get reset, and that's going to allow Brutality to get to at least, what, 8, 9 rounds, perhaps? Was towards B. He's got backup in the form of Venom. This can actually work out. Venom's kind of the bait, so Pasha Sal, when he crosses on over, is going to spot out Venom and try and go towards Sunroom, where is going to be waiting with his crosshair train. The smoke's going to allow Pasha to aggressive, and he gets spotted out. Misses a sitter. He should have really got that kill, and Pasha now knows there is an AWP playing towards checkers. The Incendiary is not going to be deep enough, though. Still going to be holding a tiny little angle there. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate, and the smoke will dissipate. Pasha Sal is in kind of a rough spot. He's trapped. But he can land that headshot as Venom is going to come sneaking out. Pasha Sal expecting the play. He's going to find Venom. He's looking for more. And he's doing great work. Just staying alive, distracting Was, trying to go for the shoulder peek, the bait, and goes for the wide peek. Does a bit of damage to Was, and that's going to ensure that 2 players playing towards B now. The 2 brothers, Was and Pexa. In the meantime, Execution going for this A take. Bear in mind, they have 2 pistols. Here comes the play. Jump row. Gets spotted out. Rix will get the first kill. Should be dropping down here. It's going for more. Picks up another kill. Somehow brings back... Neutralizes the man advantage. Rather, Incendiary raining in as well. Pasha Sahil is going to pine Pexa in the meantime. Bomb is falling back towards B. Pasha Sahil has got control of the CD spawn. And this is not going to be easy for him. Pasha does have the drop on Was, unless Was hits a really, really neat shot. He spots up Pasha Sahil, he lands a shot, decapitates, and flashbang's going to pop into the site, and it's going to blind Mane completely. Bomb, however, should get planted. And oh no, Nato gets spotted by Juventus. That is such a fast play from Juventus. He picks up a double kill, a crucial double. That looked like the round was done and dusted when Execution had control of the B bombs. There, Pasha Sahil. Again, it's everything easier in hindsight. He held the angle. He was very confident he's going to hit the shots. It was with the AWP. Having a very good inkling where Pasha might be holding from. And Juventus, he's just going off. 13 kills in 8 rounds and 3 deaths for him. And Rix and Pexa as well. Hitting some shots. 7-1. Execution's money has been completely broken. They're in a second round lost bonus. They're going to be getting $2,400 next round, so they will be able to go for the buy. And right now they haven't invested anything here, apart from the Desert Eagle and Pasha, who likes playing with the Deagle a lot. He likes pushing his luck, trying to find something. Venom walks out, takes a bit of damage, but he will fall back. Meanwhile, action's going to be taking place over there. The A-bombs at Pexer. Oh, he's going to be looking at chops. He just finds two, though, before he gets taken down. Juventus, however, is there to ensure they don't get anything done. Don't get the bomb planted. And that is going to be another round going away. Brutality. 8-1 execution. Don't get the bomb down. But now they have the money to go for a pretty full-fledged buy. AK's armor, a decent sum of utility as well to work with. Fast play from mid, Pasha Sal trying his luck and getting completely crushed. Smoke up, trying to go for the trade. He might be walking out into a very rough spot here. Juventus got a great angle. Smoke up. He's going to commit Mane towards right below the boost. Smoker is going to walk out, but Venom is going to win the deal. I'm a little surprised Smoker just went for that peek all by his lonesome. Rather, he's gone for a double peek with one of his teammates. Nato's going to find Venom in the meantime. Jumper opening up Squeaky, rattling off a few shots. Trying to find a wallbang. Unfortunately for him, was is playing all the way from NBK, where he cannot get wallbanged by that AK-47. His remaining players are slowly sneaking their way. The one we expecting was to be holding the line. Who misses a shot. He peeks out. Finds Nato looking for Mane to left. He won't be expecting where Mane is holding the angle from and was. He's holding the pipeline. Mane racking on shots and was missing another one. But he doesn't need to do anything here. Mane is trapped. It's very, very rough for him to escape from this position. Looking to find something. Rex is going to drop down to the side of the bullets. He's going to be holding the angle, and finally he will pick up the fact. 2 kills for him, 9-1 for Brutality. For EHC, it's going to be Eco City once more. Might see a few pistols coming out, however. So there's going to be max loss bonus kicking in. Let's look at the chat. Let's see what's happening in chat. NSPR is such a crap team, Karthikeya. NSPR is not a crap team. What's wrong with you? NSPR beat Signature and 7642. Both Signature and 7642 play in Asia Minor. They beat them on LAN about like 3 weeks back. They're a pretty decent team. If you think you're a crap team, you don't know much about Thai Counter-Strike, to be very honest. Pretty good win for Brutality beating them, but it's a one-off. It's a best of one online. I don't really, and if they win consistently, then it's a different story, but I don't count a one-round win as anything that special. Smoke up. It's spotted out by Pexa. He won't get the shot in. He's got Rix as well to help him out. Pexa dancing around top of fork with 3 players playing from A. As the flank is coming in, Pasha Salvador the Desert Eagle. Bear in mind, it's an eco round. Spots out Juventa. Rattling off shots, he should be careful, and he spots out Venom, and Venom's going to win the duel. And here they come charging out to the slaughter. Pexer finds 1, finds 2, looking for the 3rd. Juventa will seal it away from him, and they get completely, utterly massacred. 10-1 for Brutality, as EXE will go for yet another buy, but things are starting to look a little grim here for Execution, the Hyderabadi team. Was with the AWP again. Meanwhile, fast play coming out towards mid, and Rix doesn't really need to take this fight. He's going to pop the flash, peek with it, not going to blind anyone, and he's going to get smoked off. Meanwhile, Juventa is holding towards highway. He's been a beast with an M4 of his, going for his break, trying to control it. He's going to get the kill, but he's going to completely blind it, and will be traded. Should be traded. No! Team flash! Team flash! Oh god, Juventa, how is he allowed to stay alive? How is he allowed to stay alive? I don't even understand. And Jumper out is going to be left in a 1v5. Was missing the shot. Jumper can make his way towards the B bomb site. He can at least get the bomb down, getting a little bit of money. Utility's still there as well. He's getting hunted down. A lot of people wrapping around him as they're going to be charging into the site. Utility's there. He's going to go for the spray. Juventa will stay alive, and a triple peek is there. Rix will destroy him. That was a nice nade as well. Unfortunately, a little too late, and that is going to be Round number 11, Brutality. EXE get the bomb down, so that's there. They'll be able to go for yet another buy. Went up, setting up the smoke for mains. Pexa, once again, going to be playing from NBK. And EXE, they need to start stringing a few rounds together. Getting the bomb done and getting a few consolation kills will not suffice. They're looking to be in a kind of a little tight spot here. Gathering up for an A plate, no wraparound from mid. They will be executing towards A bomb site, and Juventus spots out Smoker. Smoker knows where he is as well. Wants to get that pick. Juventus still going to be holding the line. Incendiary is going to be thrown in, and Smoker will be forced back. And Juventus on top of red. He will have to relocate his position. The smoke will dissipate. Smoker should be careful. He's taking a bit of damage here. Down to 64. While the remaining members of his team, they're waiting for the execution. Pasha has been boosted up. He's probably going to be going for the late lurk. Him going out alone towards mid would be suicide. They have a lot of utility to work with here, but they need to go for a play. Here comes the smokes, and it is going to be Pexter completely blinded, but he's got Juventus to help him out. Great flashbangs here, but Pexter staying alive for a long time, and now it's going to come to Juventus, who is not going to get any more kills. He's going to get taken down, and on the flank coming in from behind as well. And Pasha's going to walk straight into Rix, who will, however, fall, and it's all in Mr. Captain Cool, Venom, who will do so much damage onto Nato, but he will not get the kill, and Pasha Sal is there. The flank was perfect. It looked like he would get caught out there by Rix, but Rix not able to quite land a spray right. The score will be 11-2 for Brutality as we go into the penultimate round, and the money is just ridiculous for Venom and his men. Pasha dancing around B mains. And Venom and Pasha are they going to do the dance macabre? They've been doing it the entire game, this entire half. Some mind games where Venom's actually come out on top a couple of times. Now it's about the wait, what? Rix gets completely wrecked by Jumpero, spraying randomly through the smoke. I mean, that just sucks. Pexer looking to find a kill, will not get the frag. It's all in was here as EXE. They should extend it. They should get to at least 3 kills at 3 rounds here. Was sneaking in from forklift. Jumpero making a bit of noise, making his way towards mains. Was gets one. He knows his play towards mains, and he will get hunted down, not knowing where to shoot at. Afraid that it might be someone else peeking out from quads. As Jumper will get the frag, and we go to the final round, the first half. Brutality still have money, but EXE starting to string at least a couple of rounds together. It was 11-1, 11-3 right now. It's still a much better scoreline for EXE than what it was just 3 or 4 minutes back. So still have a lot of work to do. If they get to 4 rounds, they win the pistol on their CD side, and they kind of throw themselves a lifeline. Hexa gonna open things up. I really like the switch up from Brutality, and that's why they're such a frustrating team. They're such a frustrating team to watch because when they feel like it, they actually play some pretty solid textbook Counter-Strike. You know, some good comms. They have some very versatile setups and CD side aggressing in towards extremities, mixing things up. They have the chops, they have the firepower, they have the experience as well, and they can actually play some pretty good Counter-Strike. The thing is, it depends on the day. Like sometimes they'll be like, yeah, screw it, we're just gonna YOLO this, and they just kind of throw it away. They play like I don't know, like a starter cup team sometimes, and other times they can pretty much beat the best teams in the country. Venom, in the meantime, he's going to catch a Nato and Jumper, not expecting Venom to be towards Sunroom, which was very curious that they would fall for this. considering that Brutality had 3 players aggressing out towards B mains. They should have expected a player to be there. And Venom is going to get destroyed by Mrin. However, Hexer, flashbang out, and he will, well, almost whiffs a spray, but the flashbang's going to help him out, and he gets to kill. 12-3 with Brutality. A little bit of flaw there from EX in that final round. If you guys want to know what went wrong, EXE walked in towards B mains without really checking Sunroom clearly, because they kind of seem to be like, all right, there's no one over there, which is a very ballsy assumption, considering Brutality had 3 players pushed towards B mains. 3 players pushing B mains means that most probably, in all probability, they will keep a player, one CT over at Sunroom, while there won't be anyone else remaining at B. So ideally, they should have gone through checkers. They should have gone through vents and checkers, because you're just playing the odds, right? So if you assume that there's one seat in Sunroom, then you can kind of safely assume there's no one over at checkers. It's, and Brutality had mid control. So if you had mid control on the CD side, you don't keep a player in checkers towards vents. If you have another player playing on Sunroom, they should have kind of read that. And I'm a little surprised that they weren't able to figure that one out. As play is going to be coming into it. Is trying to take the fight long distance with that Glock of his. He will not find anything. Now it's a 3v5. Juventa, Rix, and Venom. And they have a lot of work to do. No flanks towards mains though. Juventa doing some work, but they're trapped here towards Forklift, and they're getting hunted down. Smoker is... Ooh! Reload comes in for Rix. Is someone still alive? They're doing so much work, so much damage, but they're gonna fall, and it's all on Venom here, tapping away. 11 bullets remaining. You need to get a kill. Burstfire comes in, it's looking for more, but he will not find more, and that is going to be the round going the way of EXE. Hard-fought round. NATO has a kit. He will get a defuse, and that is going to be round before for EXE. Now, if they can string these next couple anti-eco rounds and win against Brutality's first buy, they can get 4 more rounds there. Then 12-8 is something very much viable, very much something they can definitely work with. Brutality, however, will just go with pistols, barely any utility, barely any investment. We see a Deagle, a couple of P250s, smoke. Well, actually 4 P250s, a Deagle, a smoke, and a flashbang, as they would be looking to try and get the bomb down a second time. EXE, it's about not getting ecoed. 5 umps, that's a lot. And Pasha Sahil playing from Shroud Box. Could work out, and it's going to be NATO spraying them down. NATO finds 3, Pasha finds another one, and one guy stays alive. NATO will pick up, well, a quad kill. Just completely wrecking Brutality as they come charging in out to the A bomb side. They don't get the bomb down, but they're going to go for the AKs and armor. One of these guys should go for a UMP here. They need some utility. Rix probably might have to take one for his team, or a scout, or whatever, but he needs utility here, and there we go. Go for the utility buy, and he'll purchase the ump. Something I've seen most Asian teams not do, and including Indian teams, obviously, where they just go for rifles and armor, and when they know they don't have enough money for any utility, and they just opt to go for maybe a flash and a smoke and M4s and armor, AKs and armor, which it's hard, man. At a certain level, you can't rely on just hitting his shots. You got to have the utility to work with. The smokes, the flashbangs, the molotovs, clear out corners, all those things, all the good stuff. In the meantime, Mane having a chunk taken out of him, but he does more damage on the Venom. He's down to 10 HP. They should be swapping that AK-47 with Rix. In the meantime, though, entries towards A is going to be Juventa, who gets another kill. He's just going off. There's still a player on the side. There's still a player on the side. You got to check that. You got to check that. What was Juventa doing? Going and trying to get the bomb down? With no teammates nearby? Not even clearing out the side. That was very foolhardy from Juventa. Picks up. Holding tight angle. Gets the kill in the main. One man stays alive. Jump rope. This is not going to be an easy retake. Pexit does take a bit of damage. And Jumper deciding there's no point going for the hunt here. Pexer is very low. Venom's internally leaving 3 points of health as well. And Jumper not really fancying going for anything. Just going to wait for the T's to come his direction, which will not happen. Brutality will hold on to these 3 AK-47s. They've already lost an AK and an ump. So it's going to be round number 13 for Brutality. For EXE, they won the previous round, keeping all players alive, and all the 5 kills came from the UMP, so that's money for NATO and for, I think that was Pasha Sile. So they have cash, 7k, 5k, 4,700. Yeah, they can go for a pretty comfortable buy here. But they'll lose this round as well, then they're broke. And if they're broke, Brutality, they'll be in 14 rounds and they can pretty much close it out. Next round is going to be absolutely crucial for EXE this coming round. Juventus getting boosted up real quickly. Aggression from the CTs. Pasha Sahil. He can actually get a kill. Should get the spray here. Finds actually going to be Smoker. Is going to get the trade. Pasha Sahil finally finds one. Rickson was left here. Sort of an ill-advised push coming out from Brutality. They didn't really have to go for a fast play. Pretty much replicating what EXE did in one of their buy rounds. Just rushing out without really... having any plan in mind. Mane out in the open, gets taken down. Rix, he is a very dangerous player. With the AWP, with the AKs, with the M4, and now Pachasal holding the line. He's got to pick up a triple kill. Pachasal doing great work there. Finding the triple kill, in fact. 13-6. EXE, they win a round they absolutely needed. And with that, they've broken Brutality's economy. So, they had, like I said, they won 3 rounds on their T side, which honestly wasn't enough. But the fact that they won a pistol round gave themselves a little bit of a buffer to work with. 13-6 is still trailing by 7 rounds, but they have some time now to work with. However, Brutality have gone for the force buy. It's very very curious. 2 AKs, 3 Tech 9s. By the looks of it, it looks like a fast play coming out towards the A-bomb side. Smoke up, aggressing towards mid, playing from the cubby right beneath the boost spot, right in the cubby. Play towards A. Pasha's there. He's got back on from Nato, who is lifting Pasha on his broad shoulders. Pex is going to go charging around the corner. He's going to walk in straight to the firing line. Pasha finds a kill. He's going to spray one more down. Nato looking for a kill. He's going to find Rix. They can't run into the flames. Nato's flames takes down Waz, and it's all on Juventa. Juventa in a 1v4. There's nothing he can do. Tech 9 in hand. Smoker's going to spot him out. Juventa tapping away. That's the kill onto Smoker. Immediately falling back, but Nato will ensure that he gets the revenge kill, and that is going to be round number 7 for EXE. Brutality went for the force buy. That means now it is going to be eager territory once more. Pachasal with the AWP. Again, aggression. Execution is just going for mid-control at will. They're not really trying anything crazy here. Nato tossing in a nade. To Venom. Venom goes for the spray. He finds one. Pachasal picks up Waz. He's looking for more. Nato doing good work here. Just trying to stay alive, ensuring that they will not get the bomb done. And Rix far, far away. Bomb's not even there. Mane, he catches Rix. And now 13-8. Like I said, execution is all about just breaking the money, ensuring that Brutality are not able to do much here. Brutality, they need to get to... they might just get to max loss bonus, but even if they win a round, it's going to be 14 rounds. It's still not on map or match point. And... they keep getting reset. This is some pretty... well, this has got reset once, but still. Pretty solid hole coming up from execution. It's starting to hit the shots here on the CD side. Gathering for a B take, our Brutality. They have control of B mains. There's a player playing way at the back of Kekta's. Mane, perfect timing. He finds a kill. Now they know where he is. But a great flashback from Jumper, just keeping them at bay, and they're burning alive as well. This is very rough indeed. Main finds one more kill, is looking for more, goes to the spray, won't find more. But he's done the job, he's done so much damage. Rix and Juventa left in 2v4, and we even have a player coming up from Vent. Smoke up, biding his time, waiting for them to go for a play. Bomb is dropped right in front of the site as well. This is not going to be an easy retake. So, easy take of the site rather. And Jumper holding a very off angle. Juventa's going to walk straight into his crosshair. It's all on Rix. 1v4. He knows where one player is. The flashbang not blinding him. Hitting the ledge. He snuck his way in. Finds one. He knows there's a player in the site. Finds two. Looking for more. And Rix, he's a triple kill. He can actually go for the ace if he wants to. Flashbang not quite working out. He got incendiary. Oh, an unintended shoulder peek. Drawing out the shot as Pasha Sahil and Nato Pasha Sahil. He will not miss his shot again, though. He will take down Rix, who made it look a little scary there for execution as they get to round number 9, 13-9. They're starting to mount a tiny little comeback here. Brutality. Well, 4th round loss bonus, Tech 9's armor. They're going to get 3,400 the next round. So, yeah, they can go for a full buy again. But they are starting to slip a little bit here. 12-3 to 13-9. Smoke up, wrapping up shots through the smoke. Trying to find something. In the meantime, Mane and Jumper out. Setting a crossfire over at B. This player's gonna come charging the smoke. Spots out Pexer as well, and they're actually gonna get the kill. But Jumper doing good work, just staying alive. He's gonna get hunted down though. Goes for the spray, finds one. He's out of bullets. Juventa's gonna take him down. There's a player above, and that is Mr. Pasha with the AWP, and he will miss the shot. That was a shot I would have expected Pasha to hit with his eyes closed. As Juventa and Rix, they got the M4s to work with. Was is very low. He's pretty much Mr. Baitman right now. Just try and bait out the shots, you know, try and play distraction for his team. As the retake's going to be coming in, Pasha pushing in like a madman. He gets the kill. Rix should be careful. He's the guy with the rifle. He switches immediately to Smoker, gets a kill. They're both so very low. Trying to stick the defuse here. Nato is very paranoid. Taps it once. Goes for the spray. He's going to tap it again. 3, 2. Oh, it gets taken down. Now it's all on Pasha Sahil. Are they going to lose this to... They're going to lose to just pistols and armor. Execution, what a way to lose a round. And Brutality, they win the round that they, I'm sure, didn't have a hope of winning. Pasha Sahil does survive. On 5 HP, Rix and 8. Brutality, though, they're going to be just... We're going to be looking a gift horse in the mouth. 14-9, just with pistols. I mean, a little sloppy from execution. There's not much margin for error to work with. The buy's going to come out again, and yeah, if they need to again try and break Brutality's economy, they can. They can break the money. Mane. Angle right next to the entrance towards the B bomb site. Oh, Jumper. Wait, what? I think he completely whiffed that smoke. A bomb site. Rick's gonna find Nato. Pasha Sahil all by his lonesome. He does have Smoker nearby to give him company if required. Brutality taking it slow. And taking it so slow, the Pexer is gonna get a trade, ensuring that a man advantage they had will be retained by his team. This is looking a little interesting. Smoke up, doesn't know where to go. He's gonna be the main man here in this round. He's got to cut off whatever play is gonna be taking place. Juventa trying to sell something is gonna sneak out using that smoke. Got a lot of angle to check. As Jumper hasn't spotted out, he's gonna get double peek, gets taken down. Now the rotation is gonna be coming in Smoker, but Juventa. Pasha hasn't budged yet. He hasn't budged yet, and now Juventa is going to walk straight into his crosshair, and that is going to be round number 15 for Brutality. 15-9, and for Brutality, they keep 3 players alive. So execution, the money is in the dumpster. They have saved an AWP and an M4, but that's about it. This is not looking good at all for execution. Rix going for the hunt. Pasha Sahil spots him out. Wait, does Rix not know where he is? Yes, he does. Flashback's gonna pop. Basha, good movement there to avoid it. He's gonna go for the repeat. Spots out Rix. Rix will take him down. One more rifle taken out, and Smoker is getting hunted down. If he gets taken down as well, this is pretty much done and dusted here. He's gonna get a kill under Rix. Looking for one more, which he will find. He will save the AWP, and Venom is around the corner. Smoker holding a tight angle, and he will survive and will save the AK-47 for the potential final round in this half here. We do have a pause getting called, as Rick seems to have disconnected from the server. And pause coming in. 15-9 match point for Juventa, Rix, Pexa, Venom, and Was. And EXE have a lot of work to do. Pasha Sal will be dropped the AWP once more, and he's got to start wielding that like Mjolnir and pretending he's Thor if he wants to string this next 6 rounds together in a row to take it to overtime. Juventa getting the opening pick on the Smoker. That is crucial. That is very, very painful for EXE. That's going to split the defense. 3 players now going to be playing towards A. Mane coming out towards mid to try and bolster something, to find something. And he's going to get spotted by Venom. What a shot! Destroys him. 1 player remaining in the side, Jump Row, and he's going to have to relinquish side control. He doesn't want to get trapped there in the side all by his lonesome and no one to trade for him. He's going to spot out a player, but Was is going to find a kill through the smoke. 2 players stay alive for EXE. And this looks like the round pretty much done and dusted. Pasha's also going to be caught out in the open of Venom. He does manage to recover and gets the kill, but still 2v4. Bomb will be planted. This is not going to be easy. It's a tiny little gap in the smoke. Pasha will use that to his advantage, slowly clearing out the angles. Spots out a player on the site. Scope's going to come in. No one's peeked out yet, and Pexa at the edge of the wall. Was is going to get the kill. Rix finds the final frag, and just like that, both the final 2 players for EXE fall. Brutality winning the first matchup here in the first game, by the way, overall for the ESL Premiership fall season phase number 3, the final phase to decide which teams will make it to LAN. And Brutality win their first game in a very, very convincing fashion. 16-9 will be the scoreline. Juventa having a hell of a game. And that's it from our end here. I will catch you guys tomorrow, either myself or Archie. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow for more ESL India Premiership action. I'm feeling a little tongue-tied. My tongue seems to be a little thick today. I don't know why. I probably should be feeling a little bit better tomorrow. Maybe it's the weather. It's really nice. But then again, I'm getting a cold as well at the same time. So that's it from my end. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Angela, and we just watched a very convincing victory of Brutality over EXE. They did perform pretty well, and they would have got back into the game, but 16-9 is a pretty hard score to look at. With that, we do see Brutality. They have opened up their score on the final session of the fall season with 3 points in the lead, leaving Team EXE to decide where they're going to go from here ahead. Moving on, we have the Dota 2 game coming up. It's going to be the boys from Kolkata, JMT Gaming, going up against Genesis, who are from Malaysia. Before we continue with this, I want you guys to hear a little bit more about their journey in the ESL India Premiership. JMT Gaming, based in Kolkata, this team has enjoyed victories in the local Dota 2 scene. The team is one of the most hardworking teams in the competitive Dota 2 scene. Entered the summer season of ESL India Premiership 2017 through the starter, and with the exceptional performance, the team rose to the Master League. They attended the summer season finale in Mumbai, turned out to be a giant killer at the event after they beat the team Aggressive 5. The team surprised everyone in the July phase of the fall season. The Kolkata team finished third in the standings table, and what more, they even beat the summer season finale winners, Intelligence Quotient, IQ. In the August phase of the fall season, the team experienced a drop in performance. They finished 5th after they managed to win only 3 out of their 7 games. Moving on to the team based in Malaysia, Genesis, they have players that are featured in the top MMR players. They have participated in several regional tournaments, including the ASUS ROG Masters, the TI qualifiers. The team entered the ESL India Premiership 2017 through the summer season June Starter Cup and got promoted to the Challenger League. In the fall season, July Challenger League, the team finished first. They prominently enabled them to enter the Masters League in the month of August. In the August phase, the team managed to secure a podium finish. The only loss they faced came against the Indian-based team Signify. And after a little run through about how the teams are, I'm hoping that JMT Gaming can prove that IQ was not the only international team they can beat. They can also beat Genesis. They do seem like the underdogs, but I am hoping that JMT can perform extremely well. And Genesis, if they do get defeated, then of course it's a loss. But if they don't, then they'll continue on their winning streak of defeating every Indian team other than Signify as of now. With that, I'm going to move to my casters who are in the AFK Gaming studio. I'm going to head it out to you guys. I will see you all really soon. Take care and enjoy the game.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Oh no! Punch! Oh, crap!
Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Sound test.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. Unfortunately, Vivek decided to do an inopportune moment sound test. I'm CloudX. You heard Vivek's voice already. You're watching the ESL India Premiership fall season matchup between Team Turtles and Signify. What's up?
It's fall season 3, like you pointed out, and it's only gonna get harder from here on.
Fall phase 3. Fall season phase 3. And I know it's a little bit confusing, but to get the whole name right is the ESL India Premiership Masters League Fall Season Phase 3 Dota 2 match.
And the Aadhaar card number is 31.
Yeah, if only we had like an acronym for that. Anyway, Turtles gonna have themselves 2 picks after Signify picks up their first. They've gone with the Venomats. They really have some serious hate versus that Viper, man. I mean, paddling has really left a scar on this team's mind.
But they're letting the Necroforce slip through, which is also something that had a fair impact in Signify's games versus Aggressive 5. Fall phase 2 of the ESL India Premiership Masters League. Fall season, why am I even bothering? But fall phase 2 ended in a really tight 3-way tie between Aggressive 5, Genesis, and Signify. Genesis lost a game to Signify, Signify lost a game to Aggressive 5, and Aggressive 5 lost a game to Genesis. So, I mean, all 3 teams that ended up at the top, very much deserving to be there. And it's only going to get more intense this time around. Turtles, they have come in from the Challenger League, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't end up losing a single game. They didn't have to play any of those relegation games. And yeah, they're with the big boys now. Some known names in the squad. You got Evil Ash, the master tactician, and once upon a time teammate of Crowley. And I know Crowley has said this a fair bit, that Evil Ash was one of the few players he truly did respect back in the past. Question is, has he got a plan here for Signify?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually a consortium of Crowley's ex-teammates on the other side there. In fact, even No Chance has played with some of them in the BFK days, or was it the Neckbreak days? Yeah, either way, they've all been comrades at one point in time. The Archmage joining their roster came as a bit of a surprise to us as well. I mean, it seemed like Go Figure were doing quite well with Archmage in their ranks, but he's now joined the Dinosaurs of Indian Dota, aka Team Turtles, with Evil Ash making a comeback from his heyday in Invisible Wings. You've got Haunter coming out of what seemed like a bit of a hiatus. You've got Croaz coming out of retirement for one more shot at esports glory. You've got a stand-in who I really have no clue who it is. I think it was Prophecy, but I actually just checked and Prophecy is offline, so I don't think that's Prophecy playing as their 5th.
Okay. Also, Haunter will be leaving the squad. He's going to be replaced. From what I know, he's off to NA for further studies and easier MMR as well. So,
Haunter confirmed.
Yeah. Sal, Aurora, and Haunter, whatever his first name is.
They're going to go with the LC and the Nyx Assassin as their opening 2 picks on the side of Team Turtles. While Signify, Venomancer, Warlock. It's unconventional, man. We don't see this Warlock coming out too often in the first phase, let alone. But it does work well with the Venomancer because poison damage over time combined with the Fatal Bonds can be devastating, and you know there's always the opportunity to hit one of those 5-man poison novas with Fatal Bonds, which is instant death.
Yeah, there is a lot of team fight coming out from Signify this early on. Turtles are going to respond with a silencer pickup. I presume it's going to be a 5-position silencer. Most likely we'll see Evil Ash pick up the silencer here. Hold on. Croats is their 5 position. Evil Ash will be playing the Knicks, from what I presume. Turtles have done their research here. They banned out the Monkey King as well as the Slaughter. 2 comfort picks for Signify. I mean, we have seen No Chance play the Slaughter a fair bit, even at an earlier tournament this month. And the Monkey King is something they've run in the off lane with Extract. They've not had much success with it. It's something Lulu plays a fair bit as well. And why not? You can just have him as a 4 position. Next pick for Signify, they are looking for something to fill up that 4 position. Slaughter's banned out. We're probably looking at a no chance hero. They have run the Enchantress in the past, but it's going to be the Earth Spirit. So it's an over Earth Spirit coming out.
Yep, over Earth Spirit indeed. He's already shown some insane prowess on his roaming heroes like the Tusk. In fact, just recently I saw a video on the YouTube channel where he just went ham on that Tusk. So I'm quite curious to see what he does with a hero that can be devastating like the Earth Spirit. Again, so much synergy with the Warlock. You get the Fatal Bonds down. There's the threat of a Poison Nova connecting on multiple heroes. There's the threat of a good Magnetize hitting multiple heroes. All spells that synergize really well with that lock. But I like what Turtles are doing. They've gone ahead and picked up the Silencer, which is essentially the combo breaker of Dota 2. And then you've got the Juggernaut, who's immune to magic, which means that most of the Wombo combo coming out from Signify can be dealt with, at least if they time their spells right on the side of Team Turtles. What they are lacking though is tower takedown potential. I mean, sure, you could always use the Juggernaut, Blade Fury, and right clicks to get some chip damage done on high ground, but I think they're going to need a bit more than that, which is why I'm leaning towards a Dragon Knight as their mid pickup.
Templar Assassin.
For Turtles?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you've got a TA coming in the face of DK, and while it's not an entirely terrible matchup, it still could be really painful given that Sire Blades, I believe they ignore armor when they hit.
Okay. I'm just getting a little feedback that your volume could do with a little boost if possible. But yeah, back to the draft. You got a TA picking up that Dragon Knight pickup. I'm not sure if it's going to be a fun lane. And
you want to boost my volume in game or on stream?
Why are we looking at YouTube chat for feedback? I think on our voice application should do the trick. It's stream related.
We'll let production handle that. You know,
we'll let production handle that. But yeah, TA versus DK can't be a fun lane. They banned out the Necroforce. Green heroes getting targeted here. Last ban, something in the mid lane that could do well versus the TA. Quap could if she had a sentry. What else? But you think they need push on the side of Turtles?
Well, they do need some sort of tower push potential. They don't have anything at the moment. I like what Signify has done. You know, the draft is quite smart. They banned the Viper, they picked the Venomancer, and then they picked a TA very confidently, knowing that there's really no damage of a time right now on the side of Turtles. They could use the Silencer Arcane Curse, sure, but I'm not a really big fan of having the Silencer camp at the middle lane, especially when your side lane is going to have a potential Venomancer that's going to go out of control. You want to look for maybe an Ember Spirit at mid. Ember versus TA is a matchup that could swing either way. If there's a Meepo player on the side of Turtles, now would be a good time to reveal it. But then again, in the face of the Warlock Fatal Bonds, Meepo could be in for a bumpy ride. If they wanted to, they could run the Quap like you suggested. It's a matchup that should, in theory, be okay for him. But you've got a Signify last pick Omni Knight coming out. So I think we're looking at an X-Drag offlane Omni Knight. This is scary, man. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with a repelled Templar Assassin that has the liberty to go for the early Desolator now, after that Blink Dagger, or maybe even before the Blink Dagger, run straight at them. Alternatively, you could also have a repelled Venomancer that's just gonna blink straight in and hit you with the Poison Nova. Things are looking dodgier for Turtles at the very least.
I agree. And Juggernaut needs that Manta style quick, and yeah, Legion is hoping to get off to a good start and get as much dual victory damage as possible as early on. Who's going to assist in that department, though, is the question. Seems to be the Knicks for now. Turtles wouldn't do too bad to pick up the Quap or
maybe even a Lina if they want that burst damage. But, you know, the thing that this Omni Knight does, though, is it kind of opens up Turtles to play aggressive Dota themselves in the mid game. Because I don't really see too many ways for Signify to start the fight. I wouldn't count the Warlock Chaotic offering as an initiation tool. It's more of a counter initiation tool, if anything, or a follow up initiation. The Venomancer jumping in is contingent on him getting a Blink Dagger, which usually comes after the Veil and his upgraded boots. So, I mean, for the first 15 minutes or so, maybe if at all Turtles decides to group up, I think they could come out ahead here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just get your lanes going quickly, get the Global Silence online ASAP, and then move around as soon as they get the duel online for dual kills.
Yep. Which is why it's going to be crucial to see how much impact the Earth Spirit has early on. Stop Turtles in the lane, and then your mid game should be rather comfortable. Delay that Manta style on the Juggernaut as much as possible. Make sure LC doesn't have a good start and doesn't get those face boots into a blink ASAP. And the mid game is yours for the taking. Evil Ash is going to be playing the Juggernaut. He's filling in for Prophecy.
Alright, looks like there's Tendon. Who is this? Is that Barosai?
Well, Batosai is a part of the squad, from what I know. He's going to be replacing Honda once Honda...
that is Barosai. That is Barosai. I mean, I couldn't find him because I searched for the wrong name apparently, but it's Barosai. So Prophecy is not here. Barosai is playing. Perhaps, I don't know if Archmage has replaced Prophecy or what the scene is, but yeah, this looks like their full roster, at least for now.
So Honda's going to leave the country, and that's when Prophecy is going to be replacing him or something like that.
Okay, I see. Anyway, let's give a quick introduction about both teams here. Team Turtles on the Radiant side, a team of old school Dota players that are trying to make one last go at this. You've got Troas playing that Silencer, you've got Haunter on the Nyx Assassin. Juggernaut's going to be handled by Evo Ash. Archmage, the latest edition, is going to be playing that Tinker. Also the youngest one on the team, I assume. Perhaps, if not for Barosai, who's playing the LC. I'm not too sure which one is younger between Barosai and Archmage, but I think it's Archmage.
Okay. For the side of Signify, they've got a dinosaur of their own. The man who played TI, Ova, going to be playing that Earth Spirit. No chance on the Warlock. Temple Assassin going to be handled by Crowley in the mid lane. Venomancer going to be played by Lulu, and that leaves us with Extract going to the off lane with that Omni Knight.
So PMS, pool tangos, as well as a set of tangos of his own. He's going to be okay here in this lane for the most part. He's going to need early boots, however, to ensure that he gets away from that late to spin damage. Of course, not going to be putting that point into anything just yet. He might just need the repel instead of the purification here. Or if he gets an opportunity to harass, might even go for the first point in Degen. What's refreshing though is that there's no Lich first picks coming out from Signify. They are trying to do something new here.
I think Lich was banned, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I see.
Not entirely sure.
Alright, so Silence is going to move to the middle lane for the first few levels, and Ova's going to be joining him there. Gets the rolling boulder damage off on him first. They're looking to deward, but the creep wave is pushed in quite a bit, so they've got to be careful. Archmage has managed to eat it with a tango nonetheless, but this has really hurt him in terms of creep equilibrium. It's all over the place now. There's a double creep wave going to be coming towards Archmage's tower soon enough. And Crowley's made sure to push out the wave as much as he possibly can with the side waves. How's the bottom lane looking? We've got Kroas now moving bottom. That Observer Ward has spotted him, so Extract should be okay here. Just standing a bit back, knows that there's a bit of a rush coming his way. No Blade 2 going to be committed, so just a couple of auto attacks onto Extract's head will force him to use one tango. But Ova at the middle lane, got a rolling boulder in onto Archmage again, just harassing him under his tower, not committing for the kill, knowing that they can't score it.
Yeah, I mean, with the assistance coming in from the Earth Spirit, this lane is going to get harder and harder for Archmage. He's already putting points into March, so he does have some modes of recovering in the jungle. That's pretty much the plan here with that early pressure coming out from the Earth Spirit. How the off lane is doing. Both of them haven't touched the creep. Actually, Batosai's got 3 CS, so he's doing a whole lot better. I remember in one of the earlier tournaments we gave a lot of flack to Batosai, and I really hate myself for this, but that man was playing on 40 FPS. And
I mean, now when you put it that way, I feel like Batosai is a freaking god, man.
Yeah, he played some phenomenal Dota in that entire series. Despite some bad moves, he was largely consistent and played all in all solid Dota. And hopefully we can see him do the same here. It's already off to a better start than the Omni Knight, which should be the case. I mean, Legion does excel in contesting lanes to some extent early on, and he's pushing No Chance back to his tier 1 there.
Yeah, a little overzealous there actually, copping 2 tower hits on the offensive. But look at his skill build. He's chosen not to put a point into the moment of courage just yet, just ensuring that he has the press the attack to shrug off that last word damage over time. He's doing a fine job in the lane thus far, getting himself that bit of EXP, closing in on level 3, but at the same time so is Extract. He's at 3.5, and he is just confidently under the tower at that bottom lane, not afraid of the fact that they can stun him and try and score a kill on him. Crowley, good deal for a bumpy ride. You've got Haunter moving towards the middle lane as well, so they're doing a lot to keep Crowley at bay, even using stray mana burns on him to take away his refraction ticks.
Here, middle lane, the CS battle rather close. It's quite heartwarming to see how far ahead Archmage has come, and he just walks right up the cliff. He's got the March Crowley, no chances in refraction. He's got the Fairy Fire, pops the Meld, stays alive a little longer. Over rolls in, buys a little bit of time, and Crowley will manage to salve up. That was close. But yeah, there was a point of time where Crowley used to school Archmage in the mid lane, and now the tables have turned. Archmage is keeping pace with him.
I mean, to be fair, Crowley's essentially been playing 1 versus 3. You had the Silencer coming in, you had the Nyx Assassin coming in. Ova did come in a couple of times, but you know, he's only been waiting in the wings, not exactly zoning out the Tinker. Whereas you're seeing stray mana burns, stray arcane curses, everything thrown on Crowley. And the fact that he's managed to keep CS, or at least keep even in terms of CS after all this, is quite commendable.
Yeah, in a minute he'll have a shrine as well. So he's got that to work with. Mid lane, Archmage hoping for a play. He's got the March. Crowley, no consumables to work with.
There was a laser available for Archmage, but he wasn't entirely sure if the refraction was online.
This is one of the most intense mid matchups we've seen in Indian Dota.
I'm not too sure why Archmage didn't commit for that. I guess he was just worried about Ova being in the vicinity, but knowing that the refraction was used and that was on cooldown, he could have walked up, gotten those 3 hits to take down the remaining refraction charges, and then finish him off with the laser. If he melts, take him down with the March of the Machines. But yeah, he's still in a rather advantageous position here on this lane. I feel like now he's okay with the creep wave pushing into his tower, given that he's put points into that March, 3 points into the March to be precise. He doesn't have to worry about CSing under his own tower. 5 minutes in, the first shrines are going to be popped here. You're going to see Extract regening up with his shrine, whereas the Radiant shrine on the top side has already been utilized by Parasai by the looks of it. It's closing in on level 4, while Extract on the other side is closing in on level 5. So it looks like Signify are getting a slight EXP advantage in the laning stage. However, the gold seems to be tilting in favor of Team Turtles by just about 400 gold.
Bottom lane, Haunter has the Impale. Does get a clean connection on Extract, but Evil Ash not going to overcommit.
Got a level 2 Ova now moving towards the bottom lane. He's going to see Haunter with no mana to work with, but I don't see any sense in committing here by himself, especially when the Boulder Splash is just level 1 and the stun duration is nothing to really rave about.
Extract is a whole level ahead of Bartosa. I mean, it is something you did point out a little earlier, but I think Extract is the slightly underrated player, if at all, in Signify, and he's doing rather well for himself in this off lane. I mean, he hasn't been getting consistent play in the starting squad, and every time I see him play, he always almost impresses me.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I feel like Extract has been putting on a hell of a performance in most of his games. This is, yeah, like you pointed out, the Premier Signify squad with the starting 5. Crowley at lane, getting jumped upon, has that last word to take him down. There's also an Arcane Curse doing some damage. Nyx just going all in here. He desperately wants that kill. The Meld will dodge that auto attack from Croaz, and that Wave of Wisdom will not give him any intelligence. There was no backup coming in for Crowley, however. Oh, wait, what?
I think he used the refraction as well as the meld while the Arcane Curse was on him, and that just pretty much resets the damage. That's a level 2 Arcane Curse.
Right, that reset the duration. So, yeah, like you said, level 2 Arcane Curse, nothing to be trifled with.
Unfortunate, but
Yeah, so far so good for Team Turtles. I mean, Archmage is getting close to his early BOT. There's one stack in the jungle for now, but that's really not enough. But what's really good for Archmage though is that he's got some immense support coming out from his allies and hasn't been killed even once. That's not how you want to leave a Tinker in the starting stages of the game. You have to try and score a kill on him, especially when he's able to be caught and when he's actually vulnerable.
absolutely. As the game progresses, the catch for this Tinker just seems to get worse and worse. I mean, you're probably relying too much on Nova, and yeah, what have you got? You can commit the golem, but really, the cooldown is unreliable.
People have the Plague Wards and the Venomancer to get vision over the tree line, so that could work in their favor. It is a max Plague Ward Veno as well, so he's really applying some intense pressure on this tier 1 tower in the top lane already.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the Plague Ward vision got nerfed significantly. Hopefully, this game tells us if Ice Frog really did any work with the patch. But if there was ever a game to rely on Plague Wards, this is it for Signify. And they're going to use it to apply a little bit of pressure on Bardo's side. He's still not fallen. Meanwhile, in the safe lane, they've jumped Evil Ash. They've got the Boulder Smash. The heal is there as well. Evil Ash duking it out. No Omni Slash just yet. And he's going to be brought down. But he takes over with a 1-for-1 exchange. But I'm pretty sure Signify are going to take that.
Uh-oh, Bardo's trying to deny himself, but the Mutants have other plans here, going towards Skembaloo instead. He scores a solo kill on the LC and comes back for the tier 1 tower, which will rightfully be his. That's a lot of money going over towards Skembaloo. I mean, his last performance at an official game with Signify was on the offlane.
Why is Evil Ash level 5 while the Venomancer is level 8?
That's a
Dual lane versus...
It wasn't even a true tri lane. I think Extract has just done a fine job.
Shouldn't he have Omni Slash by now? I mean, I don't know. Extract, he's just bullying Croats at this point, and the old man, he's got arthritis with that degen aura. He's being chased down. The healing ward taken out elsewhere. A brawl breaks out in the top lane. Bardo's manages to pick up a kill while Honda ends up falling in exchange, and Skembaloo, he's just moving from lane to lane, objective to objective, and with that hood, feels pretty confident. Archmage, though, still far away from those BOTs. That's going to buy the squad of Turtles a little time and space across the map. It's going to be a while, and Signify then not waiting.
Well, Charlie's picked up no real massive items either. I mean, he's just got his treads as well as the bottle now coming back out of him. He's got his starter items online, but this does accelerate the farm on the TA. And he's also got Ancient Stacks prepped and ready to go. Archmage is going to be TPing into the middle lane, and well, that isn't his BOT. He's going to have it after this creep wave, maybe the next.
He's actually heavily won the CS battle in the mid lane by a good 10 to 15 CS. It's been a while since we've seen Crowley fall back in terms of CS. I'm not sure if it was the pressure coming out from Croats and Honda.
Yeah, I definitely think it was the pressure in this particular game. Anyway, I mean, as much as I'd like to say that the Tinker won the matchup by himself, it wasn't. It's actually Team Turtles winning the matchup at the middle lane. And that's not to say that's a bad thing. That's obviously a good thing, shutting down the Templar early and getting a Tinker a good start. But it's coming at the cost of early towers. They've lost their tier 1 on both side lanes, and this essentially constricts the amount of space that the Tinker can TP into reliably. At least up until he gets his blink out. Top tier 1 on the dire side will go down in exchange, but the bottom tier 2 is now taking some chip damage from Skembaloo as well as Extract. These are not trades that Turtles want to be making, especially if they lose Archmage at the middle lane like this. Absolutely everything going in favor of Signify in the last couple of seconds.
Croats and Honda made that rotation onto Crowley, but in the end, Nova's rotation is just a lot more impactful. It's rather unfortunate that the BOT is already up on Archmage. They would ideally like to get that kill a little before, but this is space for Lulu to push out. Meanwhile, mid lane, the geomagnetic grip coming out from Nova, ensuring that the duel doesn't come out while Skembaloo and Extract team up, take down a tier 2. They're
Even
just
if they
working.
didn't get that duel, I think it would have been duel victory over Crowley because the Vendetta hit was soaked up by the refraction, so was the impale damage, and so was the overwhelming odds. Between the right clicks from the LC and the Nyx Assassin, they just don't have enough to bring down the Temporal Assassin.
Evil Ash is level 6 while Lulu is hitting a talent, and now Lulu's corner though. He drops the Venomous Gale. This isn't a man fight, he's winning, but no chance with the drop, holds them in place. Fatal Bonds as well. Evil Ash does get the kill with the Omni Slash, but he might end up being punished here. Honda trying to TP out, will be able to, while Croat's not so lucky. Hova with the lockdown secures the kill, and Evil Ash, he's going to be safe with the Pressy attack along with the healing bot.
Yeah, that's not too shabby at all coming out from Turtles. Scoring that high value kill on the Venomancer means that they get a fair bit of EXP coming out for themselves. In fact, we just mentioned how Evil Ash was level 6 before that fight. He's pushing level 8 now. So a fair bit of EXP and gold going in their favor. It was Evil Ash that got the kill on Scambaloo as well, so a decent 380 gold going in his pocket. But that made chance. He's dropped down a really aggressive observer ward. They have no sentries to work with right now. There's the hit coming out. Over, caught out but defended by X-Drag and Omni Knight, backing up his ally. While Haunter will get away.
Vendetta committed, not resulting in an immediate kill. Bottasai getting closer and closer to that blink. And maybe that could be the item that brings him back into this game. Mid lane! Lulu, there's really nothing he can do. You've got the side trap slowing him down and a plague ward for good measure. And it's going to be the mid tier one that ends up falling. We're slowly but surely reaching that point where there's a lot of pressure on Archmage to just hold on to high ground. And he's nowhere close to holding on to high ground with the items he has. Going to take a fair amount of items.
He really does need that Blink Dagger. Haunter's in trouble now. He's going to go down here. No real way to contest or no real way to save him by his allies. Another man down and potentially another tower as well.
Beautiful stuff coming up from Crowley there. If I'm not entirely sure if I'm correct in saying this, but Crowley hit him by means of his side blades, and despite having the Spike Carapace active, I didn't see Crowley get stunned. I'm not sure if that's a mechanic that should be working.
No, that's not a mechanic. Ideally, you should get stunned, even by Spike Carapace.
Yeah, but I
mean,
don't know. Maybe he got stunned and I missed it. My bad.
Yeah, possibly, but he was slowed down quite a bit by Scambaloo, so that worked in their favor. Scambaloo did go for the EXP gain talent. He's already ahead of the curves in terms of XP. He's at level 11 while jumping into 9, but here we go. They're going to jump in. They even commit a global silence in addition to that duel, but they won't get the duel victory. Scambaloo and his hurt, there's too much to deal with right now. They throw everything at him, including the Omni Slash, to finally get the kill. But it's a Magnetize as well as a Plague Ward, as well as the Fatal Bonds, ripping straight through them. It's still not enough. Turtles gets themselves 3. Walks away without a single casualty. Scratch that, they get 1. Haunter could be the second on that list. He's gonna turn around with the Impale, and he has the Spike Carapace coming back online. They're gonna slow down for now, but they will shrug off the slow with press the attack. Another blink forward, Haunter. That was strange. He did hit the Spike Carapace. I'm not too sure how he ended up dying there.
Okay.
Oh,
so
you know what I think happened?
Meld dodge? No. What?
He did get a meld hit on him, but the way meld works is it applies the armor reduction before the hit actually connects. So it's probably like a 0 damage hit with armor reduction, and then it's a normal hit on top of that. I may be completely wrong here, and I'm completely, I may be just airballing it here, but that's the only explanation I can offer there.
Anyway, no chance. There's no explanation for him being so out of position. Nova is there on the low ground. The Venomous Gale as well as the Poison Nova committed, but no Fatal Bonds and no follow-up. Means that Turtles should be fine with a healing water to heal them right up.
Yeah, he actually whiffed on the poison, on the Venomous Gale there. He only got the Poison Nova up, and I think he was expecting the Warlock to stay alive through that so that he could get the Fatal Bonds off and not the drop. That doesn't work out in Signify's favor. It's duel victory over to the LC. No, he still hasn't got a single duel victory actually.
That's a little worrisome for the Legion commander. I mean, the map is closing in on him. It's going to be harder and harder for him to make these expeditions looking for pickoffs. It's going to probably take a 2 or 3 man smoke if Bottasai hopes to find a pickoff. And yeah, I mean, Turtles, their backs up against the wall. They're feeling pressured and forced to just hold on to objectives, but there's no real answer to the push coming out from the Plague Wards. The hood.
Disagree with you, Vivek. There's a blink dagger about to come out on Tinker. That's more than enough for them to defend here. I don't think they're feeling that pressure at all right now. In fact, if anything, I'd say they're in a good spot. They just got to pick up on no chance. They shaved off some seconds from the Warlock chaotic offering. Archmage continues to farm, has that dagger now, and is really difficult to catch. There's no Clockwork, there's no Storm Spirit, there's no Spectre. How are you going to latch onto the Tinker unless you spot him out with the stray Plague Ward?
How about you don't bother, get Aegis, and just march down mid?
Theoretically that could work, but it's just one hero that's going to be able to stand in the face. Everyone else is going to take much damage. The pipe on Scambaloo is still a way off. You could consider buying it out, but then we come back full circle to the problem that Signify has no form of initiation.
Yeah, nowhere close to his blink dagger either.
I'm actually a little bullish on Turtles now making a bit of a turnaround, especially if Signify can, if they manage to screw up their next high ground push. Because if they're not careful about where they step, Turtles can punish them and punish them hard.
Honda did manage to see Crowley, but Crowley spotted him as well. He's going to TP out, but the damage! That hurts.
3 quick hits with 1 meld hit and a Destinator add on top of it. That was just painful to watch. Archmage now just doing Archmage things, getting the lanes pushed out. Well, the rest of Signify takes Roshan.
But yeah, I agree with you. If this push, if this push fails, it's going to be a huge goal swing in favor of Turtles. Bartos is trying to complete his blade mail, which is not going to end up happening before Signify group up and push for the next big objective. Archmage is trying to keep the side lanes as pushed out as possible.
So I think the game plan here has got to be march down the lane, throw the repel onto the TA, have her go up, get a few hits, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
The problem with that is the march spams will still keep the creeps out, and one unfortunate jump on the TA could possibly mean the end of it all. As long as they can get the refraction charges ticked down, I think they should still be able to poke them away from far.
They've got the mech and the pipe on Signify, so that's going to keep the creeps alive a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean they've recognized the policies of their lineup and they're compensating for it with items, good item choices. That pipe is going to be super crucial in the push versus the Tinker. It essentially eliminates a lot of the value that the March brings to the table.
20 mils in, Evil Ash still searching for that Manta style.
He's been
yeah, he needs it was to the Geomagnetic Grip as well as the Venomous Gale. Can't shrug off that Poison Nova, but the Manta style could help him a little bit in terms of mobility in these team fights. Crowley, I mean, he's hoping to find Archmage all by himself. I'd really like to see Signify invest in some Tinker Wards.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna do so. I mean, right now we're looking at a smoke rotation from Ova and No Chance, hoping to find someone on the backlines. And if Archmage gets greedy about using his Blink Dagger here, this could be an absolute disaster. Oh, what did he do? He screwed that up. He's gonna get hit. They're gonna get this kill off on him, and that's no Tinker for 48 seconds. No Global Silence to work with either. This is not looking good at all for Team Turtles.
All he had to do was survive and stay alive until Signify came high ground. He just had to play PUBG for a good 10 minutes and maybe Turtles would be holding on to structures at this point. But now Lulu, he's just marching down mid. He's got the pipe. They have a buyback. It's a short respawn time.
Pipe is available. Scambaloo choosing not to use it just yet, waiting till the Tinker comes back online before they pop it. But he is going to set up the ward perimeter all the while. This looks like it could be the beginning of the end here for Team Turtles. The Day 3 is going to go down. Tinker is back onto the playing field and Scambaloo is probably going to need to pop the pipe ASAP. There you go. March has begun as well as the heat-seeking missiles. Scambaloo still not using the pipe. I'm not entirely sure why. I think they're just going to walk away from this delay the barracks. They don't want to fight head on. Instead, look for a to take some shrines and come back.
The bottom lane was pushing in. Nova's really close to his Blink Dagger. So Signify just buying themselves a little bit of time until they get the next crucial item, and this is when Turtles should hope to strike. A kill now on either one of the cores in Signify could buy them a lot of time. But Crowley, he's found Evil Ash and he's bullying him right now. A repel on top of him, he's pretty much not afraid of anything at this point.
Hunter walking in ballsy here. No gem on the side of Signify just yet, though they just aren't dealing with Hunter. Not even bothered about dealing with him. He's really not a threat to them at this point. But on well-placed impulse could be the death of Signify.
I mean, what's the follow-up to that impale? It's hoping that Archmage comes in and does a lot of damage, but he's not got his axe just yet.
Yeah, it's too late for. I mean, even if he does manage to get like a 4-man impale, I'm not too sure what comes in after. Maybe overwhelming on to do some damage and then a duel to initiate the fight. But if it's not the Warlock, it's going to be the drop that comes in. If it's not the Omni Knight, it's going to be the Guardian Angel that follows up. So it is really. It's so difficult now because you've got two very high priority targets that need to be taken down that are always going to be standing behind.
And no one's joining them with the Blink Dagger as well.
From Crowley, he's going to get muted up, has that Aegis to work with, but it's not even going to be necessary. The Greaves to shrug off the silence, and then the Guardian Angel as well. Crowley doesn't even end up bringing the Aegis, but doesn't quite get a kill himself either. He's trying to give chase, jumps forward with a meld hit, gets one kill, goes for Croaz, gets the second, not quite yet. They do have control coming out. The smash from the Earth Spirit ends up stunning Haunter as well as another. With Croaz hitting the deck, Haunter's in trouble now, getting slowed and controlled. Will be brought down, and no one on the side of Signify takes a fall.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I mean, Crowley, knowing that he has a huge net worth advantage, knowing that he has the Aegis and the backup coming out from X, like just jumps in, soaks up a lot of damage, kills the two supports. I mean, excuse me, kills the Silence as well as the Legion Commander. And with that small skirmish, Signify feel confident about going to the tier 3 in the top lane. The racks in the mid lane are exposed as well, so they could split up the tower takedown between the two cores. Archmage is trying to start the defense here, does get caught in the boulder smash. And the last word to push back over for the time being. Lulu's not got the pipe for 45 seconds. The tier T is dropping. They've got the Venomous Gale, they've got the drop, and I don't think Turtles remember this anymore. Over jumps in, boulder smash onto Evil Ash. The drop is there with the Venomous Gale. It's a whole lot of damage, and Evil Ash, the carry on the side of Turtles, has to tuck tail and run. Pops a Blade Fury, drops a healing ward. While Signify, I've got a lot of HP and an Omni Knight to just keep that push sustained.
It's still really difficult for Signify to commit to the barracks because they're so close and they found him on the side of Turtles. They could always keep coming back. That Tinker is going to be quite a nuisance here. He's pushing out over and over again. One pipe will help you move in once. I mean, the pipe will help you move in once onto the high ground, but then what? The March just gets rearmed and thrown once again. It's proving to be quite troublesome for them unless they can jump in and start the fight on Archmage. And, you know, I actually think Signify might take a breather here. Slow things down, go maybe take down the second shrine and come back with an Aegis. But as I say that, we got Semptember getting caught out here, turns around with a Venomous Gale, gets the slow off for a couple of heroes, but they can't quite capitalize on it. But Crowley did jump forward, out of no man's land and has no Aegis to work with. That's a crucial and costly pick-off in favor of Turtles, and who better to give the money to than Evil Ash and his Juggernaut. Still not over yet, Vivek. Team Turtles have a shot here.
I mean, this is where things become tricky for Signify. They're ideally hoping that they don't get picked off like that. With this,
ouch,
what did I miss?
Ouch. Look at this. You got Archmage with a fully finished up Aghanim Scepter now to help slow down this push. It's suddenly gotten significantly harder for Signify.
Indeed. They have to play that. They somehow managed to take down Archmage before the fight begins. Rolling boulder from over. Oh.
Almost.
Yeah.
No shade there.
Doesn't Luna say over? Isn't that a voice line?
Not over, man. That's Nova.
Oh my bad.
Please die. What the heck was that?
Sorry.
You're a dumbass. Anyway.
I was
Yeah,
wondering where he got that name from. I was trying to find some logic for it.
It's actually from his real name, which is Joshua.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I mean, at least that's what I would assume.
Uh-huh.
Well, Vermans has got an Aghanim Scepter of his own. He's still lacking that Blink Dagger to jump in and start the fight. Haunter. Still on the hunt. I think it's time to invest in a gem on the side of Signify.
Yeah, they're just being lazy. They've not felt the threat of the Nyx Assassin, and they're just getting carried away. I presume, though, when they do attempt to go high ground the next time around, they will carry a little bit of fruit side.
What is Haunter doing now? Oh, he got spotted by the sentry and the Venera wore off. Ova's going to be happy to commit here. Gets the silence, whips on the boulder smash, but he's committing everything else at him. The drop, are they going to do it? Nope. Haunter creating space like a boss. That's Evil Ash now, gonna keep farming on the top lane. He's even got himself that Diffusal Blade finished up. He does start to hit fairly hard now. He's also got a Purge to work versus that Guardian Angel.
It's gonna help. I mean, in the previous fight, Crowley ended up soaking most of the Omni Slash because he had a Guardian Angel to help him. This time around, he's not going to be that lucky.
He's got his own BKB, by the way, so the Repel can be thrown over to the Venomancer instead, and Crowley can walk in with his own BKB and try and make something happen. But you've got to catch Archmage's Tinker. He's going to have that Ether Lens finished up soon next, and that's going to start causing some major issues here for Signify. Archmage again, unable to get out this time though. Over with the Boulder Smash and Crowley with the damage. They will bring them both down. As we talked about the lack of a gem, Ova has compensated by picking one up. There's no Tinker for 40, but the creep waves are pushed out. Signify will not be able to take a later barracks. In fact, we're going to possibly lose the Warlock here. Parasite jumped in, but without the Blade Mail. Nonetheless, they end up getting the dual victory for him. The first dual victory of the game towards the Legion Commander. And also some stolen intelligence towards the Silencer.
That's quite crucial. I mean, they had to do something to buy themselves time until the Tinker respawn. And yeah, 25 seconds without the drop coming out from No Chance's Warlock might just be enough. Gonna have Archmage up in a bit. What's interesting is Signify aren't trying to apply pressure through the lanes in which they've already taken down tier 3s. Instead, they all just push up the bot lane and they're going to take down tier 3 all over again. This is Archmage with an Axe Scepter. The Aether Lens not yet complete. Crowley's got the Repel as well. The tier 3 taking a fair bit of damage. No Chance. He's TP to the shrine and he's joining them. And look at this, Bartosai jumps in. He's got the duel, the Guardian Angel, not enough. It's a godlike streak going into the hands of Bartosai, and there's the Omni Slash. Ova does manage to get a Boulder Smash, but he rolls straight into Evil Ash with the Blade Fury. Ova down. Lulu comes in with the Guardian Angel with the Poison Nova. No Chance still not in the fray. They're hugging the shrine. They've got the Healing Ward. Lulu does target it and bring it down, but now he's being focused. The Purification not enough. The drop comes in. It's a bit too late. Croas gets the kill, gets the intelligence, and then moving on for more. Archmage with the Aether Lens. Excuse me, with the Axe Scepter does manage to bring down the extract there, and No Chance now has to run right back to base. Evil Ash giving chase with the Diffusal Blade. The Glimmer Cape going to buy a little bit of time, but they are catching up. The Blade Fury, though, from Evil Ash is spot on, and No Chance. There's no way he's getting out of this. The Impale will end up missing, but that's a team wipe going in favor of Team Turtles there.
Signify are just not on the same page. Crowley was on the front lines. I'm not too sure what prompted him to go in like that. He walked in, got picked off, he lost most of his HP to the Tinker and his spams, and then Bartosai sees an opportunity and jumps in. That was 1059 gold going over to the LC, who just up until a few minutes ago had no dual victories whatsoever. His Halberd is online. They've lost all 3 tier 3s, but they haven't lost a single lane of barracks. Signify are just making a mess of things here, and Turtles are capitalizing beautifully.
But what's sort of worrisome is Turtles have 2 problems to worry about. A, Rat, and B, the fact that Signify could just walk into the Rosh pit. The good thing is that the side lanes aren't pushing in too much, so Turtles are in a position to contest. No Chance doesn't have the drop, but Ova just rolls in boldly. Doesn't manage to catch Croats, but the purification is there. Extract gets the kill. So Silence is taken out of the equation. He didn't have the global silence either way for a good 13 seconds, but maybe that could have made a difference. Signify moving into the Rosh pit with the numbers advantage here. Skembaloo trying to set up the vision with a couple of plague balls, just pushing back Team Turtles for the time being, while Archmage and Evil Ash
given up on this tower. They're just going to push out the side lanes and make sure that the push does not come immediately, especially while the Silencer is still dead. Archmage pushes the bottom lane, Juggernaut pushes the top. We get some chip damage done on this tier 3 by that siege weapon, and Evil Ash will send some illusions towards the tier 3 as well. But we've got Haunter waiting in the wings. He knows that there's no gem on the side of Signify right now. He's just providing valuable intel about their whereabouts, allowing the team to split push and rat for now. We talked about the rat on the side of Signify, but you can never really count on the rat potential that a Juggernaut brings to the table as well. He does it fairly hard. If he does manage to walk into the base and get some damage done on those tier 3s, it would work against Signify's favor quite heavily.
Oh, Crowley out of position. They've got the duel. The boulder smash not going to be enough. The Blade Fury along with the diffusal, making sure that Crowley will fall. They don't get the dual damage, the dual victory damage, but they take away the Aegis. They eat a Magnetize and they make a run for it. One slight advantage that Signify were working with, just taken away from them.
Turtles really just smell blood in the water and commit without hesitation. Owa was even there to back him up, but Owa's backup is not enough at this point. He got the boulder smash.
Mid lane, Haunter goes in with the Vendetta with the Impale onto No Chance. The global silence as well. Croats was spot on. Is the follow-up damage there? The Lace is doing their work. No Chance running away with the Glimmer Cape. And the global silence wasted for naught here. But Skembaloo does manage to sort of find out where Evil Ash is, and Lulu just jumps in. He does manage to get the Venomous Gale on Croats, but Croats, he's just going to TP out. No lockdown. And Ova couldn't close the gap with the Blink Dagger, but look at this. He spoke about the Wrath coming out from Turtles. Archmage, he's keeping the side lanes pushed out. How does Signify respond?
Signify is just going to go straight down the middle. Okay, never mind. They're going to go to the shrines and get some extra money before they push again. It's okay. It's alright, we've still got a good 80-second window before that global silence comes back online, so you can afford to do these shenanigans. The top lane is going to get pushed again by Evil Ash. So it's an endless game of running from top to bottom to bottom to top for Signify.
It looks like they've had enough. They popped the smoke. They're hoping to find a pick off before Turtles get too carried away, keeping these side lanes pushed out.
Even a kill on the Silencer is pretty huge because he has no buyback on it.
Nothing really to cancel the Blade Fury TP other than the drop coming out from No Chance.
I think Signify might just whiff with this scan. They are walking towards Barosai. They bring them out as well. They will jump in the stun to start things off. Alright, they're going to get a kill on Barosai at the very least. He's going to buy as much time as he can with this arm, but he will end up dropping nonetheless. But it's not terrible. I mean, he has a buyback. He's made space for the Tinker to push bottom. They've got the Omni Knight coming bottom, but Omni Knight's got no way to cancel TPs.
Ova has the Yule Scepter queued up. I mean, that could be a decisive factor in these team fights. I mean, all the lockdown pretty much comes out from the Earth Spirit at this point, which is why Tinker feels pretty confident pushing out the side lanes when he doesn't see the Earth Spirit in his lane. Now Haunter trying to set up a kill onto the Omni Knight. Maybe Archmage could join him. The last time around, Signify used this as bait. I mean, they let Extract push a lane and they used it to catch Archmage when he got to Overeagle.
For now though, Signify walking towards Haunter once again, but they just don't have a gem on them. Maybe a stray sentry ward will tag Haunter. Haunter is ahead of the curve and moving to the other side of the map with a blink and a TP scroll at the ready. He's just gone on this warding or rather the scouting expedition on by himself, and he has managed to provide some information for his teammates. We'll see No Chance walking down that slope now. But Haunter's been tagged. Oh, he manages to blink away the dust from Ova, not quite tagging him, but they're gonna get the kill on Haunter nonetheless. Again, a pick off in favor of Signify, but the rest of the cavalry is coming in. Turtle's gonna go forward. The duel is there, and No Chance is down. A duel victory over to the Legion Commander. And as the No Chance Warlock hits the deck, Crowley just links away and gets the hell out of there. An eye for an eye. You take our support, we take yours, Team Turtles. Showing that they indeed do know their Dota quite well.
All of this space and time for Archmage to Turtle a little bit more. Just keeping the side lanes pushed, keeping Skemblu busy, Signify moving from lane to lane. They need that one decisive fight before they could probably take more than a lane of lags. And it seems that they are grouping up. Smoke on anyone just yet? Nope. They are kind of vulnerable though without the Warlock, and No Chance has respawned about now.
I gotta say, a lot of this game's current position is attributable to his Tinker. He's been literally everywhere, and now he's picked up a Scythe of Vice. Look at this, man. He has just been farming like a beast here. In fact, he's almost kept up with the Templar Assassin, just about 3,000 net worth shy of him. The Templar, for all the net worth she got, she hasn't upgraded her item set just yet. And she's yet to use the BKB even a single time. It's been in her item stash for a while. Twice she's been picked off with the dual jump in on her. Once with the Aegis, once without. And while Signify are playing with not a single tower remaining except for the 2 tier 4s. Or rather, Turtles are playing without a single tower except for the 2 tier 4s. They're still commandeering the enemy side of the map, pushing out aggressively without a care in the world. I mean, it's the confidence from Evil Ash to push this top lane this far out with no Radiant Observer inside the jungle. It's just boiling down to sheer map awareness and experience, and that can be intimidating when you're a team like Signify that's attempting to reach high ground over and over again but finding no success. Haunter, again, he's basically taunting and triggering Skemblu. He TP's out of his face. I mean, he is so far behind enemy lines, it's not even funny. There's shrines to TP to turn things around. There's a tier 3 that's literally a hair's breadth away, and he's just TPing out in the face of a Venomancer.
Yeah, Signify are being played right now. I mean, they're just running from end to end of the map, not getting too much done. And as time progresses, it only becomes more of a cause of concern for Signify. How do they go high ground versus such a farm Tinker? And Evil Ash, he's just constantly keeping this top lane pushed out.
It is insane what they're doing here. I mean, again, they're going to be the ones doing some quick damage on this tier 3 tower with those 2 illusions by the looks of it. Okay. The micro is not so real on Evil Ash, but nonetheless, the pressure is. Top lane still being pushed in while Extract has been left there to defend. The rest of Signify is trying to push him to the bottom side of the map. Skemblu will be the one to lead the charge in the front lines. Has that pipe at the ready, but there's no Aegis this time around.
They've got a gem as well, which is good news. The problem is, with the wave this heavily pushed in, Turtles can't really look to trade. I mean, they can give as much momentum as possible to the top tower, but Evil Ash has to pretty much come back to defend. I mean, we still aren't really sure if Archmage can hold off a Templar Assassin with the BKB, as well as the Repel. And yeah.
They're trading barracks. Looks like they're gonna get the barracks for Signify first. Going for the melee barracks as well. No fortification use. I think Turtles might have just slipped up there for a moment. They're gonna get a tier 3 of their own though. So now the shrines are open. Oh, the drop! Completely airballed by No Chance. He didn't cancel a TP. There's no drop, and now Turtles are ready to fight. They'll get the duel off, and they will get the kill as well. That's over down for a while now, but Crowley will get the return kill onto the Legion Commander. There's the Omni Slash doing some damage, but Crowley with the Lotus Orb as well as the BKB continues to man-fight his way through. Evil Ash will just spin to win and gets the hell out. Haunter takes a hit, uses the Spike Carapace, but goes down to the damage over time. But Archmage is here to try and save the day, but the repel from Extract keeps Skemblu alive, who drops down a Plague Ward to stop them in their tracks. 2 for 1 in favor of Signify. They get a lane of barracks, they lose a tier 3 tower. But the Juggernaut doesn't die, and neither does the Tinker. They're gonna come back to haunt them once again.
They've got shrines, There's a DD rune in the river. X-Rag's got a fair amount of sustain. He's got the cheese as well. It's push number 2, and I'm not really sure if Turtles made the best trade there. Tier 3 for a lane of racks. And yeah, they're missing the global silence. The only saving grace is that No Chance committed with the drop and didn't get anything accomplished with it. So Turtles do have a little bit of wiggle room. The next time around, Signify do come marching up high ground.
Evil Ash. I don't know if he pointed this out, but he's got himself a butterfly now finished up on the Juggernaut.
But TA has an MKB.
Yeah, Crowley's with the MKB, and he's gonna have a second DD rune to replenish the existing one. It's as good as it's gonna get for them now. Aegis in the pocket, Cheese in the pocket, DD rune is well picked up, and BKB is ready to go. The only thing missing is No Chance's drop that will whiff from the top side of the map, but I think they could still go for this. There is a fortification on the Radiant side, and there is no global silence for 20. Evil Ash. I'm gonna call lag here, but I think this is a strategic pause. It's now or never.
I didn't want to say it. But
I mean, if Counter-Strike has it, why don't we?
I agree. I just guess Counter-Strike is a more tactical game.
That's one way to trigger all the viewers on stream. Alright, let's see what Turtles has up their sleeves. Can they live up to their name here? Tinker. But I mean, they've got to be happy with this though, right? It's a good start. I believe this is their first official match in the ESL India Premiership Masters, and it's not gone terribly. Win or lose, the outcome of this game should still give them a boost of confidence going up against the next set of opponents. Signify have widely been considered to be the best team on this table. The last phase, of course, did show aggressive 5 and Genesis showing signs of life as well. So it's very possible that Turtles will be one of the teams to watch out for as well. Remember, the 8 teams that finish in the Masters League at the end of this phase will make it to the next land. It's going to be happening in Hyderabad, I believe, a little later on.
Yeah, looking forward to Hyderabad. If it is indeed Hyderabad, the weather is going to be wonderful. And the food's going to be even better. We still have a bet going on whether Hyderabadi biryani is spicy or not. And that's finally going to be resolved at this land. Anyway, Crowley pops the BKB, DD, no shame, not a care. Evil Ash jumps onto the backline. Textra's got that Lotus Orb. Evil Ash forced to pop the Blade Fury and run out. He still got the Omni Slash. But look at this. Lulu jumps in. The press the attack is there. Evil Ash retreating with the healing ward. But the racks are taking damage. Haunter goes in. The Poison Nova upon him. The Spy Carapace buys him some time. Archmage with the BKB of his own, if I'm not mistaken. The duel onto Skembaloo. They want to bring down the Venomancer, who manages to pop off his BKB. Stays alive through the duel and now is making a retreat. Signify come into the house, take down the racks and exit as well. Beautiful stuff coming out from them.
Yep, Turtles not playing their A game here. They do end up taking a beating of gigantic proportions here. There's No Chance, didn't even have the drop in that fight. They took that lane of barracks without dropping it as well. So they're going to be able to come right back in. Now all they've really got to do is push through the top lane, the lane that lost the tier 3 tower. Try and take that last remaining lane of barracks, and there's no tower on the side of the Radiant to defend it either. I think it's time for a desperation smoke from Turtles. If they can walk in, score a kill, and then try and reach high ground, it could work in their favor, and that's what they're going to do. We're going to see a smoke popped here by Turtles, moving through the middle lane. They have to know that shit's going to go down on this top lane for now. Archmage gonna get a drop sent up on his head. No Chance redeeming himself after a bunch of whipped ones. Finally catches out that Tinker, who's dead for 80 seconds without a buyback. Turtles are standing on their last limbs. They're going to try the backstab nonetheless. That smoke's just about to wear off. They need to get in position really quickly now. There's the jump forward over. They're going to beat him, but rolling boulders away immediately. Crowley about to man fight it up versus that LC who BKB's up as well. The Guardian Angel tanking up that Omni Slash that's just bouncing about, not doing nearly enough. Now Evil Ash tagged by the slows as his healing ward. It's going to get taken down by Skembaloo. It's a double kill for Crowley. Over with the dudes. Holding Butterside in position. He'll pop a Blade Mail, but that'll only delay the inevitable, which is his death. As he joins his allies in the grave, it'll be the Nyx that falls behind as well. And while the buyback from the Juggernaut would have been intimidating if he had some backup. Right now, it really isn't a deterrent at all, but no chance. Gonna end up feeding his life away to Evil Ash.
Yeah, Crowley even jumps in, hoping to find a kill in return, but Evil Ash is out of there. The armor too much. And yeah, Signify, they're taking 3 lanes of racks and they're moving on to tier 4s.
The clutch drop though, that's what won them this game after everything that's been said and done. The drop catching out that Tinker, stunning him up and taking him out without a buyback is what led to Signify finally finishing this game. I'm actually surprised he didn't have a buyback. I believe he bought a full BKB instead. No, he had the BKB, it's at 9 seconds.
On the Tinker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the BKB in the previous engagement.
Alright, it's Mega Creeps and it looks like they're not willing to give up just yet. They want to fight through Mega Creeps after all. Now there's the Poison Nova being spat out there as the Blade Furies come through as well, but Crowley just rips them a new one, taking out Crowbaz through the global silence. Everyone's back in the fountain on the side of Team Turtles. As they will trigger the Lincoln and we get the duel up, but who's killing who at this point? It's gonna be a duel victory over to the Venomancer, who refuses to die. Crowley with the triple kill, going in for Archmage, turning around for Evil Ash. Evil Ash trying to man fight him, but ends up dropping as well. Die back on the jog.
Yeah.
That'll be the GG.
Turtles fought hard, Turtles fought really well. I mean, but that clutch drop, along with the numerous saves coming out from Extract in all those messy team fights, was what carried Signify through. If I had to give an MVP, it'd be Extract for me.
I mean, I'd give it a no chance for that one drop, man. He should probably change his name to No Chill after this game. Straight up drop on top of a Tinker. Literally the only stun that was in the vicinity was a Chaotic Offering with a 100+ second cooldown, and he didn't hesitate to throw it out there. That worked wonders for them. But Signify having a close shave here versus Team Turtles, that's got to be sending warning bells across their camp, and it was with their primary 5. So we'll have to see how they play out the rest of this event, but Turtles showing some signs of life. I'm curious to see whether or not they can make it to the land phase as well. Hope you guys have had a blast. I'm CloudX, with me was Vivek. We'll see you guys for the next match of the ESL India Premiership on Wednesday.
And I'm back for the last time. We did have a game against JMD versus Genesis, but it couldn't happen because we had a few technical problems. So in the end, we did have Signify versus Turtles, where we saw Signify taking a nail-biting victory against Turtles. They are, of course, a very old team, Turtles, and they have been in the scene for a very long time. We have got some really good names in that team. We have Evil Ash, we have Batosai, we have Haunter. So I do see them coming back in this tournament really quick. As of now, Signify do open their scoreboard on the final season of the fall season. They are 3 points in the lead as of now. If you guys haven't already caught the action on our live feed, you can definitely head on to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ESL India Premiership, and watch the videos over there. I would really like to thank our sponsors and our team partners for being here with us on this occasion. This event has been brought to you by Omen by HP, we have Zawi by BenQ, we have HyperX, and it's organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'm Angela, going to be your host for the next coming season season of the Fall Premiership. So keep yourself updated. We'll be back on Wednesday again with the live stream at 6:30 p.m. onwards. And I will see you there. Take care, good night, and keep gaming.